Good afternoon. It is 2:59. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. In NFL news today, the Saints are hiring Eagles quarterbacks coach Doug Nussmeier as their new offensive coordinator to serve under head coach Kellen Moore, who brings continuity to the New Orleans Saints from a Super Bowl winning offense. It was also reported today that former NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year and 5-time Pro Bowler for the Chargers edge rusher Joey Bosa is likely to be released before he collects a $12.36 million roster bonus next month, according to ESPN's Dan Graziano. In NBA news today, former first overall pick and Spurs All-Star center Victor Wembanyama is expected to miss the remainder of the season with deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder, the team announced earlier today. Tonight, the Four Nations Face-Off championship game features a rematch between Team USA and Team Canada. USA took first game over Canada with a thrilling 3-1 win in the round robin, and now both teams find themselves facing off again for the title. Puck drop for the championship game at TD Garden in Boston is at 7 p.m. on ESPN. Also tonight, 15th-ranked Lady Vols basketball team back in action as they host number 18 Alabama. Tip-off at 5:30 on SEC Network Plus. For your foundation repair, waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home of the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three Town 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. It's a little cold out there. A little chilly.
Chilly willy.
Would you rather have it like 15 degrees or like 100 degrees?
15.
100.
What?
100.
What?
Not even a discussion.
Y'all want to melt?
What, you want to freeze?
I mean, at least you'll still be alive. You can always
dress
thaw out.
for the cold.
No, you can thaw out too after they wake you up.
Yeah.
Heat, it's over. You out of here.
Y'all are crazy.
Nah, Babsy. And that's what I'm saying, you can dress for the cold. You can dress to get warm. There's no way possible to get cooler. I mean, then, cool ass me.
And he's here.
Yeah, Zelf.
There is Ron.
And he's here.
You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
I mean, just random question that popped into my head as the mic came on. Would you rather it be 15 degrees or 100? And it's tough to find a 50-50 question, but we just found one.
It's 2 and 2.
There are 4 people in here, 2 and 2, like Chuck Woolery.
Listeners separated.
Y'all crazy.
No, Babsy.
See, this is why I live in the South.
I know, but
You live in the Mid-South.
yeah,
This is South.
that's bunk.
Twitch, please.
The low temperature
Happy
tonight.
Thursday, people.
The low temperature tonight will be 9.
What?
See?
Like, why?
Oh, yeah, I want it cold, not hot. 9. You want 9?
You want 9? You got 9.
You got 9.
It is currently 23 degrees.
Ugh.
What about the snow last night that wasn't supposed to happen? Big flakes covered the ground again, covered the streets.
No, huh? But
It was snowing in College Grove this morning for like a couple hours.
Why were you in College Grove?
where is
Where
College
I do
Grove?
my other job. It's
Oh.
It's south.
Oh, yeah, your other job, Zelf.
He has like 4 jobs.
Right,
so.
got you.
3, right?
Yeah.
3 jobs.
3 official
Sure.
that you claim. This is flying the, what'd you call it?
I didn't fly any drones today because it was snowing.
Why? That would have been pretty.
Come on, Zelf. You need us to help you
Drone
do
would
that.
have shorted out from the snow. Cold.
No, I've seen drones fly in the snow.
The batteries do not like the cold.
No.
We don't believe that. We don't believe you on that one.
Hold on. You ever leave your phone outside when it's cold? It'll
Listen,
drain
no,
the battery.
I mean, I get it because
Not
when
the
I
heat
work,
too.
Yeah, but not the phone. Like, we ain't talking about the phone.
yeah,
What about
and
drones?
like when I work sidelines in a really cold area, I get it. Like we have to change batteries out
Yep.
for the IFB and the microphone a little bit quicker than.
He's
if it
right. The
was not
batteries drain
cold.
quickly.
Yeah, but it's not like.
Yeah, he ain't finna fly for 6 hours.
I mean, how long you gonna fly the thing?
yeah, that's what we. Unless,
the
unless
battery-
this is not the job that we think it is.
Plus,
That's
what
what
are you
find the
plus,
drone.
what are you
Oh
looking
no,
at with
there's
these drones?
definitely some like. I mean, his last name is Bonanno.
See what I'm saying?
There's something going
See?
on here.
land, houses, stuff like that.
That's as generic as you can get it for your, huh?
It's a construction company. What else am I supposed to look
No,
at?
we've seen Sopranos. We know construction company,
Restaurants.
check cashing,
Your name-
restaurants. We got you.
You were named after a
Dessert
mobster.
places.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
what?
we know.
You were named for a mobster.
Doesn't mean I have followed in his footsteps.
Well,
Yeah, you ain't fell too far, apparently.
we don't know.
Hey, by the
There's a
way,
lot we don't know about you.
Yes.
on Monday, 62.
That's what I'm talking about. It's going to feel like 90.
I think we're done with snow.
No, don't you dare say that. Don't you put that on us,
I
Mayor.
think we're done with snow.
What happened to
Listen.
the groundhog?
No, we always,
Oh, he saw a shadow.
always here in
That's
Nashville.
why it's snowing, because he saw a shadow.
If you
It
are
happened
new,
on a Sunday. Like
if
nobody
you are
paid attention.
new to Nashville, just get ready
when you
because
think-
come end of March, there's going to be one more snow when you think we're done with it, and then it just boom comes to bite you in the butt.
I think we're done.
Them the ones I like.
By the
Just
way,
remember this conversation.
By the way,
next month.
we set the over/under snow total for Nashville official, which is taken at the airport, B&A, Berryfield, y'all. And initially, Davis Nolan called over there and got the reading of 2 inches on the dot, which is where we set the over/under. Not 2.1, not 1.9, 2. So it pushed until I got a text from Davis Nolan last night.
Oh,
And he said that Nashville officially changed the snow total to 2.2 inches.
what
And
is
so me and Dawn went over.
winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Zeph went under. Me and Babsy win, you lose.
The recount is dumb.
You're
I
right.
lost, but the recount's stupid.
Somebody was lazy out there and was like, I
told you.
We'll measure
I
it
told you.
later.
Davis,
We'll
it was
get
2
on it."
inches. I ain't going out there.
I knew it was like Dave's on the phone. Tell him 2.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
Did y'all listen to 3HL? Let's just put it right at 2
There you
to
go.
totally
See?
screw them
I'm telling
over.
you, them the games people play.
So we're all 1-1 on Stowe over under.
No, we win, you lose.
Yeah,
the
what-
official
what you talking
We're
about?
number.
1-1 for the year.
Listen,
What
when
year?
you look back to this snowstorm 20 years for the year.
For the year.
For the year,
What
yes.
year? What was the
1-1.
other one?
What was the other
I
one?
got the first one where y'all were supposed to be like 8
4
inches.
inches or something.
It was
and
like
it was
8 inches.
3.2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, cool.
We're 1-1.
Listen, never trust those that go under.
Davis Nolan texted me at 7:05 p.m. and said National Weather Service changed their mind and said 2.2 inches for
You
B&A.
know, that's the key.
Change their mind.
That's the key part.
He also wrote, by the way, I'm curious to hear what the draft experts say about Abdul Carter and your observation, because he heard us talking about the game that you attended, where I also watched.
Yes.
So
SMU.
a lot of people love Abdul Carter, man.
Well, I'm ready to change my little question on the board.
I'm not going to say that I don't love him. I don't love him at number 1 or
Overall.
2 or 3 or 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'd love him at 6,
Okay.
7.
8, 9.
Yeah.
10, 11, 12.
Even better.
I mean, there's.
He
Yes.
go less to that.
No, he probably
No,
won't.
I won't.
You know why? Because those edge guys are so hard to find. But he also has 1 year of doing it.
Yep.
That's it. Now,
it's
that
gotta
could
be
be
a
a
big
plus
curve.
or a minus.
Got to be a big curve, too.
Not
though.
even 1 year of success, 1 year of playing the position.
Correct.
And somebody called the other day, I think you were out, Slate, and compared him to Harold Landry. And I was like, that's a good comparison, I think.
Well,
So do you want that guy,
because
8,
he's
9,
got
10
that
sack guy?
bend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Motorcycle Ben?
No.
No.
Not with all we got going on.
But the edge position nowadays, I feel like is similar to the quarterback position because those guys that are successful at those positions are hard to find.
That's
So
true.
you're going to reach for them. It happens.
Yep.
It happens. That's my thought.
So what tackles now?
I don't want to reach for Abdul Carter.
Right. I don't either.
Yeah, but
Especially-
you're Cam Ward or nothing. It's like draft day for you.
I know. Cam Ward, no matter what.
Right. And I
creeping
changed
around.
to Cam Ward 2 days ago.
Did you?
Yeah, because of his quote.
The quote did it.
I don't know if you've noticed, but Mayor is
Yeah.
easily persuaded.
Right. I said that too. I know this about myself. It's important to know your strengths and weaknesses.
So I need to change the board.
No, don't change it because I'll probably flip back in the next week.
No, but I'm changing for me too, though.
Oh, you're changing for you?
Yep.
Why are you changing?
Because I'm Cam or trade back now.
Okay.
I was bridge or trade back. Now I am Cam and trade back.
His
Wait,
quote.
Cam and trade back?
Cam or trade back.
Does anyone have his quote?
Yeah.
I had it pulled up, but it's a video.
Yeah,
Like, why is it a video?
Because I sent you guys that.
Y'all don't pick me. Y'all gonna make me make all y'all pay.
Because I sent you that because it was Louis Riddick talking about Cam Ward as a whole.
Right.
They included the conversation of his quote.
If you don't draft me, that's your fault. You've got to remember you're the same team that's got to play me for the rest of my career, and I will remember that. So I'm now going, as of right now, what's today's date? February 20th. Well, I actually changed on the 18th when that quote came out. I'm officially Cam Ward number 1. Why did you change? I'm curious.
Because Louis Riddick. I think a lot of what Louis Riddick says, I think he should be a general manager in this league. And now being able to put it together. I was already, after Babs came back and was talking about how he impressed her, right before that, no, it was either right before or right after, when the video was leaked of them working out in the summer, and I liked what he was saying, you know what I mean, as far as
Going after Shador.
Yeah. And then just in general, just being like that alpha male, I thought that was pretty dope. So I was leaning then. Babs had me leaning a little bit more, and Lewis kind of just bumped me off the seesaw. So now I'm standing 2 feet on the ground, listening to what he said. And the reason being about what he talked about with Jaden Daniels, but also that the qualities, man. And I don't think that Shador doesn't have these qualities. I just ain't heard nobody go out and stand on the table like this for Shador yet. You know what I'm saying? So maybe
because I think there's some question marks, right?
I could probably, you know what I mean, not waffle, but maybe lend an ear to hear what they're saying about Shador. But this right here, this ain't just a rumor or people speaking. This is, I'm standing on the table like what Coach Mack said. You got to have somebody in that war room stand on the table for this guy. Sound like he's standing on the table.
Mm-hmm. And Louis Riddick did for Jaden Daniels.
Too,
and
exactly.
I disagreed with that.
Yep. I wasn't known for that at all either.
So speaking of that Penn State SMU game, that I worked that with Louis Riddick. He was the analyst for our crew in that game. So it was interesting to just kind of pick, because I didn't know him at all prior to that. Right. So just like listening to him talk, because of course I'm like, oh, hey, Titans GM, whatever's going on, you know, Titans as a whole. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so it was interesting because we were talking about his son, who is a bad basketball player. And I'm like, he didn't want to do football. Like, Louis Riddick is all ball.
Right.
And he's like, no. He was like, it's crazy. It's like I was with football. Like, I was 7 years old and I wanted to watch film of football guys. Like, he has done it forever. He has been obsessed with the watching film part of it forever. Clearly, he was right on the Jaden Daniels take. And I liked what he had to say about Cam Ward, too.
Let's do this. Let's play what Louis Riddick had to say when we come back. All right? 615-737-1045 if you want in. Also, who are the notable Titans unrestricted, restricted, and exclusive rights free agents, and what do those things mean? We'll talk about that as well. 615-737-1045, 3HL Thursday edition off and running. We'll be right back.
Poor bowling. Hey, listen, if you need new windows or doors at your house, the company you need to call is Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville. I know because that's who I've called. Actually, I just had Jack out today to measure a window of our kitchen sink that is not doing its job, and then a door that we can't even open anymore because it's so warped. And they are going to replace those, and they're the best. They came out, double measured, made sure everything was great. And the company as a whole turns 100 years old this year, which means they're doing something right to be around that long. Lifetime warranties on all of their products. And then Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville adds to that a 10-year labor warranty, which is leading in the industry. So every month here for the next couple of months, we're going to do a Dawn deal for you. And this month, it's 47% off qualifying installations and no interest if paid in full with 12 months, no payments due. So give them a call or easily schedule your free consultation and check out that special offer. That's at PellaNashville.com. Tell them Dawn sent you.
I love living in Middle Tennessee. We've got great restaurants, entertainment, sports, and one of the nation's top Ford dealers right here in our backyard. Two Rivers Ford. Remember that name. Two Rivers has been a staple in our community since 1983. They're locally owned. They have a non-commissioned sales team, and they sell below MSRP. They've been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, the executive producer of 3HL is Zeph.
What's up?
Greg Cosell today at 4:20. He's moving from Friday back to Thursday. So every Thursday we're going to talk with Greg Cosell. Today we're going to talk about 3 wide receivers. T-Mac at Arizona. Remember he had that huge blow-up game in the first in the opener. Mm-hmm. Was it like 300 yards and 6 touchdowns or something? It was crazy. Luther Burden, the third at Missouri, and Matthew Golden from Texas. And then he took a look at 3 Texas A&M defenders. Remember last week you wanted to ask about a guy.
Yeah.
So he's going to talk about Nick Scourton, Shamar Stewart, and Shamar Turner.
That's the guy, Stewart.
Stewart's the one you want, yeah.
So we're going to do that at 4:20. Big Savagery, Ramone Foster at 5:20. At some point, I'm going to ask Slay this question. How good is number 15 Missouri? Because they looked good last night.
I have an answer for you, too. You are when you ask.
Well, there you go.
You tweeted about their start. They started 12-0. You tweeted about it. I retweeted it, and then our buddy David Nail, country music singer, big Missouri guy, hit us up, and I started talking to him. He's scared he's going to lose his coach. He thinks his coach is really good.
No, his coach is damn good. His coach is Cam Ward good.
You've got the board over there. What you got going?
I am now correcting our board. Well, not correcting. I'm updating.
There
I'm updating our board. This board started on January 17th, 2025. The 3HL picks. Cam Ward. Everybody was in agreement with it. January 31st, Babsy was the only one that wanted Cam Ward. January 31st, Yoro, Slay, and Zeph all were in on the trade back.
What you're going to find as you update this, as we get closer to the draft in April, is that I will have flipped like 16 times or however many times you do it.
So
Can I put it on the record that I was always trade back from the very beginning? I was never on Ward.
You were never on board?
I was never on Ward. I was always trade back.
That's interesting, Zeph. We'll have to go back and look at the tape. But okay, that's cool. I'll put a look.
I was actually specifically trade. I was trade back for Travis Hunter. Actually, I was Travis Hunter. Then I was trade back for Travis Hunter. I realized I don't think that they should take him at number 1.
So you confused me.
I think you were flying drones and thinking about it.
Yeah, I think
Not saying it into a microphone.
My first initial reaction was Travis Hunter at 1, and then it was trade back for Travis Hunter because I didn't think he should be taken at 1.
Okay, so January 17th, you were what?
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter.
Huh.
Trade back for Travis Hunter.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'll put that right here by you, Zeph.
Thank you, sir. I just want the record to be clear.
I got it for you. Okay, trade back for Hunter. All right, so where are you now, Zeph? Still trading back for Hunter?
I am trade back, but it doesn't necessarily have to be Travis Hunter anymore.
Huh.
I think it's just best available player.
Trade. You have a place you're trading back to?
I wouldn't go lower than the Jets at 7.
220-25, Zeph. No lower than 7.
Wait, where are you today?
He's no lower than 7 today.
That was today. Is that what he was
that
asking?
is today.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
I'm not following all that either.
It's a lot going on with Zeph. Telling you, but,
I got a lot to think about.
down.
But it's all documented. So
You even signed yours.
yeah,
You're putting it in Sharpie.
the reason I'm signing this with a signature, $ in the S, is because I'm staying with this. I'm 10 toes planted. Give me Cam Ward or trade back.
Okay.
Okay.
At some point, you got to decide between those two things.
No, I want Cam Ward.
Oh, okay.
But if we don't get Cam Ward, then
You can have Cam Ward. You can have anybody you want.
Oh, this is just for me.
You're the number 1.
You're the number 1 pick.
I've got Cam Ward.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you could choose.
Mine is easy.
I wish they could trick somebody and say, we're going to take Shador or Travis Hunter. And we could force Cam Ward to slide.
Ain't happening.
Yeah, I know.
Tell everybody you're taking Reuben Foster.
Yeah.
I mean, anything you want. Anything to get them going.
By the way, side note.
Where are you, though?
Cam Ward, number 1.
On 220-25.
Quick side note, not that we ever do that. Y'all know what I saw on HBO that you all need to watch?
What?
I don't remember the title of it, but it's about a scrimmage that college select players
yeah, I know what you're talking
beat the Dream Team.
Yep.
Which I didn't know that story. So it was fascinating. They interviewed everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Webber, Allen Houston.
Yeah, some names on there.
And it's funny, when Christian Laettner was telling the story, he called his teammates the Dream Team. Like he wasn't even a part of it.
He wasn't.
That documentary is called "We Beat the Dream Team."
Yeah, that's the name of it. Yep.
There you go. It's really good. It's quick, too. Like, it's a quick watch, like 45 minutes or something.
Yep. So, Babsy, you're solidified from January 31st?
Mm-hmm.
So, put a check by you.
She has not
Cam
wavered,
Ward,
man.
no matter what.
Ooh, I like the little no matter what. I'm going to put NMW.
What do you, as of February 20th, what does the 3HL fam want to do? Because this is not just a show. This is a community, and you all are a part of it.
It's
So what would you do? 615-737-1045.
Only one person don't want Cam Ward.
Yeah, but, he's doing weird things in there. He's making,
Hey, wave.
It's not that I don't want him. It's not that I don't want him. It's just I'd rather trade back. I'd rather get more picks.
I mean, I get it.
No, that's okay. Listen.
Like, if they draft Cam Ward, I'm not going to, rise up in arms and be like, I'm never watching this team.
Hey, the last
Because
time
that would be ridiculous.
The last time this happened for me, Zeph, I had to pull over.
Now, that was a little bit of a different situation.
It's funny how things work, too. You pulled over into a Shoney's parking lot, and then we later became business partners.
Ain't that crazy?
with them. Yeah, I like it.
Well, here we are, people.
What up, Shoney's?
They're my people.
By the way, on the Donaldson Pike store, they have a bar at Shoney's.
Yes. Other than the food.
Oh, yeah. They have the food bar, too, but, they got drinks and stuff at that one. 615-737-1045. A lot of people weighing in on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
And, Zeph, you want to play this Lewis Riddick bite? Dawn saw this, sent it to us. It changed Slay's mind and sent him toward Cam Ward. Let's listen to him.
We'll say this about Cam Ward, and I have no issue about what he did in the bowl game.
Really?
I don't care about that. I don't, because you know what? Look, this guy, think about Cam Ward's story from his start at Incarnate Ward as a 0-star recruit. 0 stars. 0. Goes to Washington State, rips it up at Washington State, and decides to transfer to Miami because he knew he needed to up his resume in terms of winning. In terms of being able to win it at the highest level, because that's what we always judge quarterbacks by. I got to talk to this guy now 3 different times. Got to talk to him at Washington State up there in Pullman. Got to talk to him down in Tampa when they played South Florida this year. We did that game, and got to talk to him again before they played Georgia Tech. Ask Mario Cristobal about the kind of leader that this guy is and what he did to Miami football in the offseason from the time he decided to transfer from Washington State to the time they stepped on the football field. He took over this program, they said, like no one he has ever seen it. And Mario has played with some great players, some of the greatest of all time at the U. This guy is the ultimate consummate leader. He plays with a gigantic-sized boulder on his shoulder. It's not a chip. It's a boulder. He is very confident in the work that he has put in, and he should be because he's supremely smart. He is supremely talented, and he's deadly serious about the game. And he feels as though, even at this point in time, people still don't really believe that he's as good as he is. And he can play. He directed that passing attack down there at Miami this year with the kind of precision and kind of maturity that is worthy of being considered a number 1 overall pick. It just is. And when he gets to the NFL level, he will be the guy who, what is the first thing that people said about Jaden Daniels when he went to Washington? They were surprised not surprised, that everyone was impressed about the fact that he was there at 5 a.m. every day and he's the last guy to leave. And that's not just for show, it's because that's part of his process. It's the same thing with Cam Ward. And he will have that same kind of effect. He may not be warm and fuzzy to everybody because this dude is assassin serious about his craft. And I believe him when he says he's going to try and make everybody pay. And I don't think that's just hyperbole.
There you have it. Lewis Riddick on Cam Ward. 615-737-1045.
So I want people to think like, darn, Slay, you just flipped like that. Let me tell you where I am with Lewis Riddick. There's some people like we were talking about with Chris Myers yesterday, how you can sit and listen to them and it's, I can just be captivated. Like when you can really sell me on what your craft is and it is more than believable, it comes across and I know it's facts behind you in your resume that you've done the work and done the homework. That's why I'm with Louis Riddick when I sit there and talk to him.
You trust in Louis Riddick, and he's talked with Cam Ward multiple times face to face.
Yes.
And also has called now 3 of his games in the last year and a half.
It's some people that get me that way. Kevin Harlan was another one. When we sit there and talk to him, like these people, when they walk away from the table, I get up from the table to go ask them something. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
So that's where I am with Louis Riddick. That's why it was like, okay, all right. I trust what you say. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't saying Louis Riddick knows everything, but I'm willing to go out there on the limb with him if he's out there. Let's go get it. Let's break that limb.
615-737-1045. Ryan in Lebanon. Ryan, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
Yo, good.
Good. So, I mean, I would take Travis Hunter. I mean, he's a legendary player. He's going to put butts in seats. I mean, just the overall talent that he has. He is the best player in this draft, no doubt about it. Best athlete.
Best athlete.
Athlete.
So how would you utilize him then if you make that pick? How do you utilize him? Wide receiver primarily or corner primarily?
Yes, wide receiver primarily. And he can stretch the field too, and that opens up for everybody else. So that's the only way to do it. And, at the end of the day, to get to the playoffs, you got to win ball games. And I think he gives you the best chance to go out there and win ball games.
Thank you, Ryan.
So you would take Travis Hunter first?
Yeah.
Not trade back.
I would argue you have to have the quarterback piece. There's no way around it in today's NFL.
Yeah.
1,000%.
And with him not picking apart what he's saying, but just stretch the field part for me, that's the part I got to wait on until I see the combine, what he goes out there and run. Like, are we talking Xavier Worthy, DK Metcalf type speed, stretch the field? You know what I'm saying? Or are we just talking about that comeback catcher, A.J. Brown style? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he going up and physically taking the ball from someone? Is that what you're talking about stretch the field? I think it's a difference because A.J. wasn't that fast, but you knew if it's one-on-one down there, maybe if it's one-on-two and the ball's in the air, come back catching, give me him all day.
I wonder if Travis Hunter is more a football speed guy. Because, when you watch Colorado games, I never felt like he was running as fast as he could. He was running faster than other people, but, some guys are just like that.
I feel
I'm curious about that 40 time also because I don't think it's going to matter, really, because, that dude
he's a player.
Yeah,
and that's what you felt.
Jerry Rice ran a 4.5.
Right. And he wasn't
nobody caught him.
Guy. Yeah, he wasn't the top off guy either. So, but you just look for those matchups. If he's a 50-50 ball guy, no question about it, I want Travis Hunter. I'm just saying it's different. Like, it's got to be conducive to, like, who is Xavier Worthy if he doesn't have Mahomes?
See,
to your point, what you were saying, like, you got to have a quarterback.
I think that Travis Hunter is going to turn out to be a cornerback with packages at wide receiver. So would you draft that number one overall?
Yeah, I think
because he chose to go to the combine as a corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think that tells you something, right? Like that's his primary position.
I think that's one of the spots.
Right?
I think that's what he chose. And when they get to Colorado, I think he'll play all receiver.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just if you're gonna
I don't.
You know they're gonna do
the cornerback drills at the combine and then run and all that stuff,
and
then run for Shador.
That's going to throw to him. Yeah, that makes sense.
He could do every. Yeah, I think
so.
You're
he basically
completely
can
right
have
about
two completely different.
Right. Exactly.
Draft
but
days.
if you're going to have a package for him, wouldn't it make more sense to have a package on offense as opposed to wide receiver with a package on defense? Like, why would I?
Yes.
I'm just going to make you my dime back?
I agree.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, I guess you could. It just sounds weird to me.
And I also think the put butts in seats part, that's like you got to be out there on punt return and stuff too.
Plus, it's hard enough to play.
That's the exciting part for me.
It's hard enough to play corner. And like these guys that play corner are getting paid a lot of money to practice at corner every rep. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's an intriguing talent, though.
Ain't no question. Like
what a year to have the number one overall pick.
Dog.
Just for discussion purposes.
He's one of those guys. Like, you walk back in there and you like, are you sure? That's what he's going to make you do plenty of times.
Joey in Cross Plains. Joey, what's up?
What's up, Babs? Slay Dog, Mayor.
What up,
Hey,
dog?
Joey.
I get what everybody's saying, but the main thing everybody forgets about is you have to have a line to protect your quarterback to give him time to get it to your receivers.
Oh, definitely
or your
true.
running back to make it through.
Listen,
So
you're drafting the best offensive tackle in the second round at the latest, right?
Well, I'm trading back because we have way too many holes that we need to fill, including the right side of that line, because it is just straight up garbage. So I'm trading back no later than fifth and trying to pick up more picks so that I can fill those holes before I go after my skilled positions, so I can protect my quarterback.
You know what? You ain't getting no pushback from me on that.
I was just going to say, I was going to use that terminology.
The only thing I would say on the flip side of it is, man, after hearing Louis Riddick, who was right on the Jaden Daniels, there's no way I can sit a year and watch him go and beat it. There's just a possibility him being that guy. And I understand that's just putting a label on him, you know what I mean, or some of that nature, but golly, dude, do you know how?
And Ron, I understand where you're coming from, brother.
Yeah.
Would you rather have him, though? Would you rather have the quarterback standing upright and be able to perform at the best of his ability like he's supposed to? Or would you rather be like him laying constantly on the ground and worry about him getting hurt and maybe screwing up the rest of his career because you got him hurt because you can't protect him?
Totally agree. I just think we also don't forget we got that bankroll to work with to go get us some line, too.
Yeah, fourth most.
Well, yeah, I mean, we do, but I would, come up. We need homegrown players, not players that we like these free agents.
Okay, your girl
you look at like Buffalo, Kansas City, all these teams that are successful, they draft these players. I mean, they were garbage for years, but they drafted them. They developed them. They re-signed them. They kept them in the same system over and over and over. And look at them today. I mean, Kansas City, they won 2 in a row. And how many Super Bowls have they been to? I mean,
guess what they have
right now.
Guess what they have, Joey? A quarterback. I'll push back on you a little bit for this one. In that,
I like that you had your hand up like you were in school.
Well, I was just waiting for my turn because y'all were like, "Oh, we'll push back on that." No, I'm gonna push back on it a little bit, Joey, because if you don't have a quarterback, you don't have Schiano. Period.
Yeah, but they didn't get the quarterback until after they got their lines.
I'm not done.
Okay, my bad.
Well, Trey Smith came in after Mahomes.
Yes, and also I think the line is going to be in a better place regardless.
You haven't said that
year.
In forever.
No, I haven't because the Titans have burned my ass every time I've said it can't get any. I told you I'll never say it can't get any worse, but I think the left side of your line is in a better spot. You've got your center who is going, Cushenberry, come back healthy. Yeah. So you've got that set. I understand that you need 2 pieces on the right. According to Ramone, Radens is a piece guy that can help there.
He likes Radens.
I don't necessarily agree, but he's more of an expert on offensive line play than I will ever be. So I'll give it to him. You get maybe a piece for the right side of the line in free agency or, with your second draft pick, and then you're in a completely different place. I just think, I know that we are all jaded because the offensive line has been such an absolute disaster for the last 2 or 3 years. I know we are, but they have spent the last 2 first draft picks on offensive linemen.
There's 2 first-round picks on that line
There's
now.
2 first-round picks on the left side. Now Skoronski has some experience. Now Latham has now spent a full season on the left side where that's a really hard transition. So that offensive line is going to be better. So it doesn't matter if you have a quarterback, if he's going to be on his back. I don't think he's going to be on his back as much as we expect this year. That offensive line is going to be better strictly with what you're bringing back with the 2 on the left side and the center in Cushenberry. That's my take on it, Joey. And then my other take is, okay, let's say you do fill all those other holes, all right? You trade back. You get all these draft picks. You fill all these other holes. Guess what? You still don't have a damn quarterback, and there's not a thing you can do in this league unless you have a capable and decent quarterback. What are you going to do?
Point well made. And
you're not going to go out and get one in free agency because they're too expensive, and anybody worth a you-know-what is not going to come your way.
Right. And the problem with picking number one is obviously you have many, many holes. So the part where I wasn't pushing back on Joey trading back, and like if you trade back, I would love to take the best offensive tackle that's there. And then you've got 3 first-round tackles. And the reason why I say best offensive tackle is I think you can move J.C. Latham to right tackle if you take a left tackle. So that's just kind of where I am. But so that's kind of where I was with his point, but not going to push back on you either. Continue the discussion. Thank you, Joey, for the call. That was a good one.
It's a
call,
legit
Joey.
argument from Joey. It is.
615-737-1045, 3HL, Thursday edition, 1045 The Zone. Want to tell you about Xfinity Mobile. Mobile plans can get expensive fast. We need to stay connected at a price point that you're comfortable with. New Xfinity Mobile customers can get a free unlimited line for a year when you buy any unlimited line. With up to gig speed Wi-Fi in millions of locations nationwide, only Xfinity Mobile gives you the ultimate connection. Since most of your phone time is on Wi-Fi, make sure you are using the best. Xfinity Mobile Wi-Fi is now up to 10 times faster than before in millions of locations nationwide. Get no annual contracts with Xfinity Mobile. Save hundreds a year with Xfinity Mobile. Enjoy 5G for even faster speeds in airports, sporting arenas, and other busy areas at no extra cost with Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. To get started, call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Xfinity.com, or you can simply drop into an Xfinity store today. Again, 1-800-XFINITY, visit Xfinity.com, or drop into an Xfinity store today.
Did you know you're overpaying for your health and wellness products?
With over 20 company-owned brands offering its members vitamins, supplements, wellness, and skincare products, you're able to save up to 70% off retail.
Members Nutrition can't change your life, but we can change the way you live.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slave. You want to watch the show live? YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The F&M Bank Chat is open. That's where you can communicate with us in a different way, but also with other members of the 3HL family that are listening in as well. Auburn held off Arkansas last night.
Yes, they did. Cal, man. Bruce said it at halftime, though. Like, Cal's teams always play us good. Mm-hmm. Like, Kentucky went in there and beat them last year. Auburn was good last year, ladies.
Basically, every opposing coach is saying that about Cal. And it's funny because, like, y'all were talking about it one day about how he typically, even if you don't think that team's very good that year, he gets them playing well.
Mm-hmm. But that's what he hangs his hat on. His teams that are really good. Think about the teams that were successful. When you think about Memphis defensively, led by Derrick Rose with them monsters down low in the paint, defensively were a problem. When he was at UMass, with Marcus Camby anchoring the defense, they were a problem, went to the Final Four. When he was at Kentucky, his best teams, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, who couldn't shoot the ball better than Baby Babs, and Anthony Davis down there controlling everything, that was built on defense. So that's when they teams are really good. When they went undefeated and lost in the championship game. Defense was what it was. So
that's why I love coming in here with my unintelligent takes from games and then run it by you. And you're like, you always have a really nice way of saying that you're wrong. But you're like, you might need to think about it like this. So my point was nothing against the Hogs. This is what I wrote down. They played hard and they played well, but Auburn looked very lackadaisical to me until Arkansas took the lead 58-57 with 3 minutes to go. Auburn closed 10-2, won the game by 8.
They always do that, unless it's a team that comes out there that's not zeroed in on whatever the scouting report is. Like Arkansas played good, they just didn't play good for 40 minutes. Played good for 35, 36 minutes. And then they made bonehead mistakes. And what does a very good veteran team do? Take advantage of your mistakes. And that's what they did. Simple.
615-737-1045. We'll get more into some of the basketball stuff, including Kentucky pounding Vanderbilt. I will say this about that game. We had a text conversation with Todd. And Todd's like, I'm not a college basketball guy per se, but my guys tell me Vanderbilt plus the 5.5. Mm-hmm. And not only did you not go Vandy plus the 5.5, and this is a matchup thing. It's nothing personal because you bet on Vanderbilt before. Mm-hmm. But you went Kentucky and took it up to 7.
Yeah. And I won my parlay last night.
And so finally. And so Todd Furman texted later I'm going to stick with you on basketball slate.
Yeah. But that's the thing about Vandy too, though. Like you got to know what you're talking about. Vandy just hasn't been able to finish on the road. I think they're going to do good in Bridgestone because it's in Nashville. As weird as that sounds, like it's going to be a home game for them in a sense. But unless they play Kentucky, they travel. But like that's when they're comfortable. They haven't been able to finish games. You look against Oklahoma, they were up 16. 13 against Oklahoma, got beat by 30. Up 16 against Tennessee, ended up getting beat in that game. You were controlling this game against Kentucky, and you ended up getting beat on the road. All those games on the road.
They've lost like 5 in a row on the road. Vandy sliding. Commodores have lost 3 in a row and 5 out of 6.
Good thing they just need to win 2.
They host number 24 Ole Miss Saturday at 2:30. And that is in the Memorial Gym.
Ole Miss, man, there's something different about them. Like that physicality and that big bully stuff that Vanderbilt does, carrying all McLaughlin, those guys, they're gonna put that on Malik D on them, and it's gonna be a problem. I'll be shocked if Ole Miss beats Vanderbilt.
Shocked.
Yes. Like, whoa, what happened? That kind of shock.
Thank you for clarifying.
Let me illustrate that a little bit.
I like that. Thanks.
This is literally what I will say if Ole Miss. Whoa.
Hey, can I say one thing?
Of course.
I want to say, too, for the people, like, listening, this is where I am with it. Before the season ended, I was saying, no way in hell do we do anything else besides fix the O-line going in the draft. That's where I stood. And now I stand somewhere else. So I just like to say, you know what I mean? It is a way to be able to.
Can you do both, though?
I think you can.
Yes.
That's what I
absolutely think
can.
you can. Absolutely think you can.
I think you can find value in the second round and a starting offensive tackle in the second round.
1,000% I'm with you, Mayor.
Yep.
I'm with you on that.
That's why I'm at Cam Ward with number 1 right now.
Last year we had 4 spots we were trying to fill. outside of
On the
Skoronski
offensive
on the
line,
offensive
yeah.
line. This year we have 2. Babs has broken it down. Like, Cushenberry will be back. Latham is there. Skoronski's there. We went from 4 to 2 in a year.
Maybe you can
With injuries.
maybe you can address one spot in free
And one in the
agency. Maybe you
draft.
can address one in the draft. Now you're not deep, but then maybe you have Radens, who's a swing
There you
guy
go.
backup. You
Yep.
know, who makes you better if somebody gets injured than you were this year.
Yep.
Yeah, because Savage likes Dylan Radens at right guard.
I don't get it.
Is Radens better if you're better at right tackle? Like, how much of a strain
absolutely.
on Radens was that free swinging gate at right tackle?
Yes.
Everybody's better. And do you know
Yep.
who else is better? Cushenberry.
Yep.
Yeah. 615-737-1045. Tommy in Nashville. Tommy, what's up?
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of Trey Smith, I think one of the worst draft picks the Titans ever made, and nobody really talks about it that much. We took Dylan Reagans. We heard about how he was dominating at the Senior Bowl. And Trey Smith, a Tennessee guy, was sitting out there, and we took Reagans in the 2nd or 3rd round, and Trey Smith went in the 6th round to Kansas City and started day 1. And now Trey Smith wants $20 million to maybe come back to Tennessee. And as far as the say about the quarterback, I bet 3 or 4 years ago you were probably like me thinking that the Alabama Bryce Young, he could play. He was the real deal.
Absolutely can.
And we're now seeing that maybe Bryce Young wasn't the real deal. And back
I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say he ain't the real deal. He just got put in a situation that
He's
we're
in
trying
a
to
really
we're trying to
bad
keep
spot.
our quarterback out of. So
Yeah.
when he sat and came back, he finished off the season much, much better.
Yeah. But I think the best quarterback I saw this year was Will Howard. And I'm just shocked to how his grade is like a 3rd rounder. Maybe I'm missing something. I didn't see the Michigan game, but every time I saw that guy play, I think he's going to be an excellent NFL quarterback. And one last thing. What about Cooper Kupp, man? We know that guy can play when he's not hurt.
Injured.
I wonder if we're looking at trying to get him. Thanks for taking my call.
Appreciate it.
I think the new GM and Brinker, everybody has told you don't expect them to go big in free agency. I mean, I think they were pretty adamant about that, unless it's all a smokescreen, right?
Right.
But they were pretty adamant about that.
I think they were prepping the market to expect what they were saying.
Don't
expect a ton of money to go into free agency.
go back to the old Titans days where they would never do anything in free agency, right? I mean, let's look back at some of the free agency pickups that the Titans have had. Even the last 5 years, they haven't exactly worked out great.
Zeph had a good point about Cooper Kupp.
You'd have to trade for Cooper Kupp because he's still under contract, and Titans don't have any draft capital. That's the kind of issue we're in here with the first overall pick. Do you use it on the best player, or do you trade back and bolster up your capital?
So, to his point, he was right. Dylan Radens, 2nd-round pick. And remember, that was coming off of COVID, where he had only played 1 game in 2 years in college because they had shut it down there. So, that could explain, slow start.
Right.
But Trey Smith went 3rd to the last pick in the 6th round. And the Titans had 2 6th-round picks right in front of him. Brady Breeze, they took the safety out of Oregon.
We interviewed him.
He should be a DJ. Or a weather person.
Brady Breeze.
And Racy McMath.
Racy McMahon.
Remember I said he should do math books for kids. LSU.
Receiver though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Seth keeping up with us in our ear. Oh, gotta go.
Yeah.
But didn't that make sense? Racy McMath would do great. Write kids math books.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing now.
I don't know.
Might have picked up on it.
What do you think Isaiah Wilson's doing right now?
I can't even. Don't bring that trauma back up.
615-737-1045 if you want in. Ryan wants to talk about the draft. JD wants to talk about Vanderbilt basketball. So we haven't entered those topics into the show. So we're right here for you. 615-737-1045.
Want to tell you about Loan Pronto, homeowners out there. You want to start fresh this 2025, and Loan Pronto can help you do it. Take control of your finances by lowering your house payment and consolidating debt. 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto. That's exactly what Roger Moore, the owner-founder of Loan Pronto, had in mind whenever he founded this business. And that's exactly what they do. They have some of the most competitive offers out there for refis, debt consolidation, purchase loans, starting in the low fives nowadays. So if your current rate is over 6%, now is a great time to call Loan Pronto. Don't settle for paying too much. Lock in a lower rate, close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal, and you could even skip your next 2 house payments. Fast, easy, hassle-free. You can start the entire process online without even calling them at loanpronto.com. Get your personalized Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees. 615-499-5780 is your number. Loanpronto.com at 499-5780. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Good afternoon. It's 4:03. I'm Joseph O'Donnell live from the 104.5 The Zone studios. In NFL news today, it was reported earlier today that former NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year and 5-time Pro Bowler for the Chargers edge rusher Joey Bosa is likely to be released before he collects a $12.36 million roster bonus next month, according to ESPN's Dan Graziano. Also in NBA news, former first overall pick and Spurs All-Star center Victor Wembanyama is expected to miss the remainder of the season with deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder, the team announced earlier today. Tonight, the Four Nations Face-Off Championship game features a rematch between Team USA and Team Canada. USA took the first game over Canada with a thrilling 3-1 win in the round robin, and now both teams find themselves facing off again for the title. Puck drop for the championship game at TD Garden in Boston is at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Also tonight, the 15th ranked Lady Vols basketball team is back in action as they host number 18 Alabama. Tip-off for that one at 5:30 on the SEC Network Plus. For our foundation repair, waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty with you on a beautifully cold day in the Music City. Hope you're having a good one. A good one on Thursday. Man, the weekend's almost here. I feel like I say that all the time.
Up on us.
Friday's, a beat away.
A beat.
Yeah.
Beat down.
Remember the Fat Boys beatboxing?
Yeah. I never was good at beatboxing.
You weren't?
Stayed out of that lane.
I was good enough to, surprise people. You know what I mean? I didn't think you'd be good at beatboxing. There's no way I could do it right now, and I'm not going to.
I was just about to say, give us an example. You
can't make comments like that
what do you
and
mean
not do it.
Yeah. I would like to see.
I bet Babs was a good beatboxer back in the day.
I don't have good. I'm not. I don't have rhythm.
She's about to say I don't have good rhythm. I don't
have good rhythm. I just don't have rhythm.
Well, there she is, regardless, and we love her anyway. There she is.
What up, Babsy?
Just making it. Still making it. Happy Thursday, people.
Still making it. You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook, Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
The F&M Bake Chat is open. Slay Dog is here, y'all.
I'm in the building.
Oh.
I was
switched it up.
You got us hype and then let us down.
I know. I was kind of excited for that intro.
Your truck needs a car wash.
It does. Somebody should pull up to the
You told me you were going to the car wash today.
I went and got an oil change and got my feet done and nails.
You went from okay, listen. Slay was in here.
The car wash was closed too, by the way. The one
today wouldn't have been a good day to do that. It's below freezing. So
Slay was in here for Buck's show, and when I got here, I was sitting over here in the side studio getting work started, and he comes out and he goes, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "Well, I get here at noon to start get ready for the show." I was like, "What do you got going for the rest of the day?" And he goes, "I'm gonna go get an oil change. I'm gonna go wash my car." And he didn't go wash his car.
No,
you can't when it's below freezing.
The oil change was everything. So I said, you know what? I ought to go get my oil change. And my oil change is my hands and feet. So,
but I didn't realize when you ride up high like that, you are more likely to kick up water, mud, all that stuff.
It's the worst when it's raining or something. Well,
now you got all this sludge out there.
It did a little dumb truck on the interstate. One of them construction trucks, a little rock bounced off of it and bounced on my windshield.
No.
Got a little crack.
That's expensive, too.
Little dumb truck. The crack is? I got to find somebody.
Why can't they make windshields that don't crack? Why can't they? I bet they can.
Bulletproof windshield.
Yeah, those are kind of expensive.
Dude.
You get a bulletproof windshield.
Hey,
how expensive would that be?
Oh, my gosh. That's got to be, I ain't got time to calculate.
Man, the Chunky Junkie could have driven the Cannonball Run all the way to California if she had bulletproof windows.
She wouldn't have been able to shoot out of it, though.
So, according to a quick Google search, bulletproof glass is around $30 to $100 per square foot.
How many square feet do you need, Zeph? I can't just imagine square footage of a windshield.
I don't know.
5? You need more than 5 square feet, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Sound like but yeah.
The discussions we get in. By the way, school kids tomorrow, man, waiting for the bus. Are schools in tomorrow? Do we know? Have you look up school closings, Jeff? Let's see if there's been some movement there. It's going to be 9 degrees tonight. 9.
Oof.
Now,
Did they close for just cold? Because the roads are fine.
They have before. Also, the roads are fine, but what is Jolton doing? Like, do we know?
No, it probably snow.
Jolton's like
that affects
snowed
Davidson
in.
County. They're in Davidson County.
Yep.
So if Jolton's, man, I almost dropped
Shut
the
them down.
I really did. If Jolton's screwed up, then.
Well, somebody said Sumner is closed, so that's around there in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So that means shut them down. Shut them down.
Okay, I have the list.
I feel really confident about Zeph and his list of school closings. You're about to
get it to himself.
You're going to make some school kids really happy for a minute until they find out it's not right. You find another site.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh, what? This is giving me like daycares and stuff too. Okay.
No, we don't need daycares. We just need counties.
Babs.
Benton County Schools closed.
Okay.
Benton Hall Academy in Franklin is delayed 2 hours.
I don't need academies.
I don't know. Canyon County Schools, this is closed today. Nothing about tomorrow. Cheatham County closed tomorrow. This is how the list is given to me.
I mean,
okay?
for the love of
I told you at 4 o'clock. I'm telling you, schools that are closed today. Those poor Canyon County kids were like, yay! No!
We knew it was closed today. It's 4 o'clock.
Oh, wait, that was today.
It is given it to me by alphabetical, not by
he's going
what
to
day
blame
it's closed.
the list, not himself. His ability to read.
I love what Zeb does.
And then also he's like,
This is amazing.
Cheatham County is not closed, but this one is closed. Like, can you just say, okay, closed? Boom, 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 boom.
Benton County closed. Benton Academy open 2 hours later.
I mean, like, what are we doing here?
Get himself.
Clearly, Zeph has never worked in local news.
What about the parents with kids in the car right now?
Sorry,
All right,
guys.
Let's go. Counties. That's all we need right now, counties. Like, private school guy can figure that out, but counties.
Yeah, none of these are giving me just counties. None of these. I've clicked on 3 different links.
That is your school closed report presented by Zeph.
The Snowbird report. Shout out to all the tweakers.
Zeph the snowboard.
The snowbird's rolling over in his grave right now.
This is why I chose to work in sports, not news.
I love that you're still looking at the list, though. Like,
I am.
You're still trying to
I'm
find
trying to
counties.
figure this out. They do not make this very readable.
Well, why don't you find another list? How about that?
I've gone on 3 different news
you know
websites.
what? I've got a list for you.
Go ahead.
Here we go. TV woman.
Closed. You ready? Closed. Benton County, Clay County, Dixon County, Houston County, Lawrence County delayed for an hour. Montgomery County
Clarksville.
closed. Is that what Montgomery County
Yeah.
is? Putnam County schools closed.
Plateau.
Overton County virtual learning Friday. Smith County closed. TSU is closed. Stewart County schools closed. Those are all the ones for Friday as of right now.
Hey, get them, Babsy.
How about that?
I would have gotten there
That's how you
eventually.
deliver. That's how you deliver.
She did
Zeb.
work in news, so
I will say
I'll give
this,
her-
though.
I'll give her credit for that.
Zeph's list was way more entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, Babs is straight to the point.
Listen,
like, this is closed, y'all.
Let me just take care of this so that we can get back to something
what was
instead of
it?
hee-hawing around behind the glass.
He hauling around. What was the county that you said was closed? No, wait, that was today.
Canyon County.
Cannon County. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Cannon County kid
I
in the
would've
car.
been pissed, boy.
Yay! No!
Like, we know it's closed today. It's 4 o'clock. The kids,
Wait, they're not in the
been
car.
out already.
They're not in the car. They're sitting at home.
No, they are in the car because when your kids aren't in school, they have to hang out with you when you do all your things because you don't have anything to do with them.
Babsy knows this.
Wow. That was an amazing segment. I'm glad we were able to deliver right off the teleprompter.
I got you guys.
Woo! JD wants to talk about Vanderbilt basketball. JD, what's
Hey, I'll try to help Zeph out a little bit. Wilson County schools are closed tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go, JD.
There you go.
There we go.
That one just came in.
I hope.
Really, this question's for Slay. Vanderbilt, this SEC season, every game they've either been in the lead, tied, down a possession, going into the half, and just can't seem to really get over the hump in the second half. And so just wanted to kind of pick Slay's brain as to what he's seeing why they keep running into those issues kind of night in, night out. Same thing happened last night at Kentucky. Just can't really finish one of those off. But appreciate you guys taking my call.
Yeah, they were playing with them.
Mm-hmm, they were in it. And like you said, all these games, they're usually in them. When you look at it, the games that they do win, you have a really good impact from their interior guys. And this is what I was saying before coming into the season. Well, I would say, with this style of play, you're going to leave the door open for other teams to be able to come back or you not be able to close teams out. And the lack of depth in the front court and height in the front court kind of hurts you as far as when you getting in foul trouble, the physical style of play that you play. Usually you don't get those same calls when you go on the road, which has happened to them, or you run up against Kentucky, who in the second half when they came out, went to Aaron Carr and Amari Williams down low, and that's 6'10", 6'11", versus 6'8". I mean, if you're able to get where you want to get to and get high percentage shots, you're taking those twos for what you're trying to get contested shots on the other end or threes, and it's not kind of leveling out. You know what I mean? They're getting more high percentage shots coupled with the way the Kentucky shot the ball. That's in that state for that game. But the other games with Tennessee, it was kind of just let go of the rope. Your guys got in foul trouble. McLaughlin was in foul trouble early. Carey fouled out. So you were left with one guy, Mignon, playing the five. I mean, that's going to be difficult.
Carey's a player that we both really, really like.
Yeah.
He had a tough matchup.
Yeah, I mean, he's every matchup is going to be tough for him. You know what I'm saying? So
he's undersized.
Yeah, he's undersized, and that's why with that you got to be able to keep that same physicality as a sophomore, but still be able to play without being in foul trouble. Because if you're not putting them away down the stretch with your guard play, you're going to need to be able to get easy buckets, and the easy buckets are offensive rebounds and those guys being able to score in the paint. So I think that's what it is as far as closing out games and being able to sustain how hot of a shooting performance you usually put on in that first half to carry over to the second half. Jump shots are a hard thing to sustain throughout an entire game.
Well done.
Absolutely.
Evan and Bay Chat is hilarious right now. Brent W. says, slow bird. Vandyman AD2, valedictorian Zev.
Listen, I could take a test with the best of them.
Babs taking charge.
Valedictorian Zev.
The Black Wookie said Bill Hall was my uncle. Hell yeah.
Darn, okay.
Let's go. That's real.
Good man.
Jay DeWeese says, make the kids go to school on Saturdays like we had to. This generation is so soft.
We did. If we missed too many days, they would make us go on a Saturday.
They, back in the mid-'80s, I forget which year it was, we went, through June because we had so many snow days.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Through June.
Nah, it's too hot outside to be in school.
Right, and then it cuts into your summer vacation.
No.
It's like 86, maybe.
No.
615-737-1045, always the number. When we come back,
No.
I'm out. You're out on 86. I'm 86 and 86.
Yeah, I'm going on that.
Greg Cosell, best film evaluator in football. Coming up next, we'll talk about 3 defensive players from Texas A&M, also 3 receivers. He said he could get into the 2 LSU offensive linemen, as well as Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas as well. So we'll try to hit on all that when we come back. Greg Cosell, best in the business. It's so interesting to listen to him evaluate these guys. That's next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
Well, that's the time, people. Time to get it up. ED, yeah. I'm talking to you guys, fellas. Listen to me. Erectile dysfunction may be something that's trickling through your body, but it can all stop. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. That's who can help you get it out of there. All you got to do is call or text this number, 615-898-9367. Call or text that number, 898-9367. Get you a little help. And it is completely free to get you a consultation today. You got 2 locations to pick from. That's Green Hills or Hendersonville. Your name, phone number, and email address is all you need. That's it. Someone from Game Day will call you back to set up your appointment 15 minutes. You get your lab results right back. You'll meet with a medical expert who specializes in testosterone and sexual health and erectile dysfunction and receive a tailored solution for your needs. So if you decide to move forward, you can begin your personalized treatment plan, boom, right away. So it's time to get in the game. Get that energy, get that desire back, get those performance issues gone. Get with GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
HL 1045 The Zone.
I made it so much easier on Babs to pay off her bet. because
she's going to be in orange tomorrow.
No, Bruce
isn't
made
she?
it easy. Bruce Pearl made it easy on me for you to pay it
him.
She going to be in orange tomorrow?
She most definitely will be
because
in Vols
the Lady
tomorrow.
Vols beat Auburn's women's basketball team by more than 17.5 points.
This is correct, Earl.
She wore a headache. She wore the Tennessee trucker hat the day you weren't here on Tuesday.
Yeah, I saw it. I was watching it. It was weird.
It was weird.
It was sitting up too high.
Listen, what did I just say? The reason I don't have orange on today is because Slay said he was bringing something. I'm like, where's my stuff?
I forgot.
That's on you.
I got out the house early and just never went back home.
That's on you.
You're right. I need some glasses.
So do I.
Nah, I think it's making my head hurt.
Yeah, me too.
The lights.
Oh, the
too
lights.
bright in here, Babsy.
It is too bright in here.
Williamson County.
You got a call or a text?
He's reading.
Stand by.
This is a courtesy message to let you know that school will begin at the regular time tomorrow.
Oh,
they gonna
sorry,
be sick.
kiddos.
Oh, LaRon gonna hate this boy. He's been so hyped these last 2
You're
days.
texting him right now. You can't wait.
I can't wait to give him.
Back to school, baby.
Greg Cosell joins us now, best film evaluator in football at Greg Cosell on X. Greg, what's up? How are you?
You guys get a lot of snow? Is that the deal?
We got 2.2 inches.
That's tough.
The kids shut down for 2 days.
Well, you're in Nashville. We get 2.2 inches here. It's really not a big deal, but, hey, what can you say?
We asked a question earlier. I'm curious to get your take since you live in the Northeast. Would you rather it be 15 degrees or 100 degrees?
100 degrees.
Wow.
You're with Babs on that one.
Cosell like the heat.
I'm with you, Cosell.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like the bitter cold. 15 to me is bitter cold.
Why don't you move south, Cosell?
Well, I have a job.
Fair enough.
You do have a job.
Some people got to work.
NFL Films is located where you live.
Yeah, that is correct.
And your studio for NFL matchup. All right, let's get into some draft evaluation. I know you're digging in.
I jump around a lot, Brent. I know you always ask me, what I've been watching. I jump around a lot because it's kind of what I wake up in the morning when I feel like watching that day. It's just like, there's really no rhyme or reason.
Well, I mean, that fits in well with our show. So there's no rhyme nor reason to what we do either. Have you had a chance to look at the LSU offensive tackles, Will Campbell and Emory Jones Jr.? And if so, we hear from people that they may be better off inside. What do you see from them on tape?
Well, I think the issue, and I don't have these numbers yet. I'll get them at the combine next week. I really like Will Campbell a lot, but I think the issue for him, and like I said, until I get the official measurements next week, I think the issue is going to be arm length. And if his arm length is less than 33 inches, which it could well be, and I'm just watching the tape, but it could be based on that, then he's going to be seen as a guard. He's a very good player. I think that he's got really good balance. He's got really good body control. He's very efficient and controlled and calculated in his movement. I like the player a lot, but there's just a reality in the league that almost every O-line coach will tell you that if a tackle in college, if his arm length is less than 33 inches, with very, very, very few exceptions, will that player be viewed as a tackle at the next level?
Is that why Skoronski ended up inside?
Without question.
Yeah.
He was under 33 inches, even though he played tackle for 3 years at Northwestern and was very good. It's just really different. It's funny you say that. You can look at the Super Bowl. Joe Thuney, who's a guard, was obviously forced to play left tackle for the last, 5 or 6 regular season games and all through the playoffs. And there were a number of plays where you could just see that Josh Sweat reached out with one-arm stabs and got to Thuney, and Thuney tried to reach him and just couldn't reach him. Mm-hmm. And, that's where arm length becomes a factor, and it's a big deal.
So Emory Jones Jr., what do you see with him on film?
Emory Jones Jr. is a really physical, tough, competitive player. the issue potentially with him is not going to be length or anything like that. He has a lot of balance issues at tackle. In fact, his arm length is great. He was at one of the bowl games, so his arm length is 34 3/4, which is terrific. But the big issue for him is balance and body control in pass protection. And the way a lot of NFL O-line coaches see tackles in this league is you have to be able to pass protect one-on-one on third down. If you can't pass protect one-on-one on third down against the quality NFL pass rushers, that changes the way an offensive coordinator calls his offense on third down, because now you're starting to deal with chips, maybe double teams. So instead of being able to send 5 out, you can't send 5 out as primary receivers, and that impacts what you can call on third down, and it inhibits and limits your offense.
So how much of that, the balance and body control part of it is coachable and is inherent that you've seen through film?
I'm certainly not an O-line coach, Dawn.
I know, but you know a lot about it, Cosell.
Well, yeah, I would say that a good amount of that is not coachable. That may just be what a guy's body is.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that it's 100% because I'd be speaking out of school. I don't know for sure. But, there are certain things that are athletic and guys can't fix. Yeah. You can fix things like hand placement. There's certain things you can fix. But, as Slay would know, being a professional athlete, a guy that has a 30-inch vertical jump is not going to have a 40-inch vertical jump, no matter how much he trains. So there's just certain athletic variables that guys either have or don't have.
Before we get to a few wide receivers that you've looked at and some of the Texas A&M defensive players, what do you think about Texas offensive tackle Kelvin Banks Jr., Cosell? We met him at SEC Media Days, had him on the show. We were very impressed with his intelligence and all those things. But what and his size? What does the film show?
Yeah, he's a good prospect, and I think he'll. My guess is he'll be a tackle. Again, I don't know if we have the numbers on him just yet,
right?
Because obviously they played deep into the playoffs, so a lot of those guys didn't go to bowl games. But I think that he's a good left tackle prospect. He's got size, he's got length, he's got the athletic traits, the physical traits. I think that the only thing that stood out when I've watched him is at times he struggled a little bit with speed on the high side, meaning the edge. But he's a little stiff in his core. But hey, not everybody is Trent Williams or Laramie Tunsil. So I think he has good knee bend, good balance, good body control. I think he's got the needed strength and power generation to play left tackle. I would expect him to be a left tackle in the NFL.
Can you educate our audience on the a little stiff in his core and why that's an issue?
Yeah, that's an issue when you're talking about in pass protection what we call vertical sets, meaning when there's let's say it's 3rd and 9 and the quarterback has to take a deeper drop because the route concepts, Dawn, have to be a little deeper. You can't just throw quick throws. So when you have vertical sets, if you have some core stiffness, your lateral movement isn't as smooth and as good as it needs to be. And so very often you at times struggle to close down the arc, what we call the high side, the edge. And you have to work really hard to do that. And sometimes if you're stiff in the core, what happens is, and you've all heard the term tackles overset, you end up oversetting because you've really got to get out there on what we call those vertical sets. And then you become susceptible and vulnerable to inside counter moves.
Perfect.
Greg Cosell with us, best film evaluator in football at Greg Cosell on X.
Cosell, who stuck out for you with when you looked at Texas A&M? That's what I need to know.
Oh, Texas A&M is interesting. They got a kid named Shamar Stewart.
Yes. Everybody's talking about him.
He's a freak. The problem is he's not a great football player, but he's a freak. Mm-hmm. I mean, the guy's like
I don't know what to do with that.
281. You watch this guy run and chase.
It's wild.
You'd think he's 220 pounds.
Yep.
But he doesn't really know how to rush the quarterback yet. Now, that can be taught. but that can also take time. You know, we always talk about quarterbacks, guys, right? About who's going to coach them when they get to the NFL. To me, a guy like Stewart, it's so critical as to who his D-line coach is going to be. Because you're dealing, like I said, with just a truly athletic freak. 6'5", 281, really long arms, just a ridiculously good athlete, but is not really a good pass rusher at this point in time.
Another guy that was like a magnet to the ball everywhere, Nick Scourton. Am I saying his name was Scourton?
Oh, Scourton, yeah. He was at Purdue in 2023, led the Big Ten in sacks. He's just a really good player, Slay.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
He's not quite as explosive, although he does have very good quickness. There's two guys, you know, it's funny, as you guys know, when I watch players, I don't sit around and think, who does this guy remind me of? But sometimes it just hits me that there's guys they remind me of. And Scourton reminds me of two guys came to mind, Josh Sweat and George Karlaftis. And I think Scourton is like that, you know, really good player. You're not going to say he's, you know, like a top 3 pass rusher in the league, but he's just a really good player. And he's going to end up being like 6'4", 280. He's a big dude.
One of them guys you put on the field with other good guys, and he can hold his weight.
Oh, without question. And he does have pass rush traits. Like I said, he led the Big Ten in sacks last year at Purdue in 2023.
Shamar Turner, defensive lineman, 6'4", 300 from Texas A&M.
Yeah, he's really interesting, Brent, because last year in 2023, he played a lot of snaps on the outside, and he showed the ability to rush the quarterback from the edge. This year, with Scourton coming and being an edge player there, they moved Turner inside. He's intriguing. I mean, I thought that he had really good quickness for a man that size. I thought in the run game, he was very physical. As a pass rusher, though, inside, believe it or not, he didn't play with as much strength and power as you would think given his size. So he strikes me as a guy that'll be a really nice sort of complementary piece on a D-line. But he plays with tremendous passion and competitiveness. And, you know, defense is about that as well. You know, you want guys who play, you know, with intense passion and super competitive. That's what defense is as much as all the other things.
Greg Cosell, at Greg Cosell on X. You want to talk about some wide receivers, Greg?
Sure. I mean, I watched McMillan and Burden, and then, you know, they're the two guys everybody's talking about. I did both guys last summer, so of course I redid them.
Well, let's start with T-Mac from Arizona. Everybody figured out who he was in the first game of the year. 10 receptions, 304 yards, and 4 touchdowns to start the season. What do you see from him? 6'5", 212.
You know, it's funny. A lot of people talk about him as sort of like a big possession receiver. I kind of like him a little more than that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you he's Justin Jefferson, but I really liked his movement. I think, you know, don't forget, guys, and he didn't go to any of these bowl games, so I don't know his exact height, but he's obviously taller than your average receiver. I just think his movement is really, really good. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a 4.35 guy. I doubt that. But I really liked how seamless he was transitioning from catching the ball to run after catch. And I thought he showed really deceptive quickness with the ball in his hands. He can line up inside. He can line up outside. He's big. He's smooth. He's got great, great hands. I think, like, for instance, a lot of people are saying he's Drake London. I think he's better than that coming out. So I'm really curious to see how that plays out in the league.
Let's go to Luther Burden III. We've all fell in love with him in 2023, where he had that just incredible year. Production dropped in this 24 season, but certainly a talented guy. What does the film show there?
Yeah, I like Luther Burden. I mean, to me, if I had to pick, you know, wide receiver 1, it would probably be him. And, you know, if he's a 10, McMillan would be a 9.9. So it's not like, you know, Burden is way better, but he's super, super explosive. You know, and he's 200 plus pounds. He's not a little guy, but we've seen that smaller receivers can be big factors in the league lining up anywhere. I mean, think about Devonta Smith. Think about Jordan Addison coming out at 173. Think about Zay Flowers at 180. These guys line up everywhere now because that's the nature of NFL offense. I think Burden fits any NFL offense with his athletic and traits profile. And Again, I don't know how teams are going to see the McMillan/Burden comparison, but to me, Burden, is a top 20 pick and maybe even better in any draft. I mean, this guy, he may not have the terrifying speed of, let's say, a Jameson Williams, but he clearly can take the top off of defense. He's a three-level dimension. I really love this guy. They didn't have a great pass offense this year, so his numbers weren't great, but the tape tells you the story.
Yeah, Weiss on the other side too. So they had multiple options in that pass game. So we'll get to him at some point. Another guy that we talked about today, you and I, Cosell, was Matthew Golden at Texas, and he had the huge game against Arizona State in the playoffs, 7 for 149 and a touchdown. He's listed. And again, you get the real numbers when they go to the combine and all of those things. But 6 feet, 195. What do you think about the Matthew Golden out of Houston?
I loved him, and I thought as the year progressed, he got better and better and better. Don't forget, he just played 1 year at Texas. He started his career at the University of Houston. Another guy that I think is a three-level dimension. The more I watched, the more I thought he was a vertical dimension. He's got sudden acceleration. He showed an extra gear. He's a natural hands catcher. He caught the ball through contact really, really well. Another guy like Burden, I think, can work in any offensive system. I think he's an ascending player. I remember last year, and he's not the same player, but I remember last year thinking Brian Thomas from LSU was an ascending player, and it turned out that way in the league, what we saw. I think Matthew Golden is an ascending player.
Greg Cosell with us at Greg Cosell on Twitter. Great breakdown, man. As always, we're going to do this on Thursdays now moving forward, and we really appreciate you, brother.
Hey, I'm off to see the Celtics and Sixers right now, guys.
Hey.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Enjoy.
All right, I'm going to. Look forward to talking to you guys next week.
I was waiting for Slay to throw something about the Celtics or.
No, I was just realizing they had to be in Philly because I know what's going on in Boston tonight.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's in Philly, obviously.
Yep.
So I'm going to hop in my car. It's only about 25 minutes away, and I'll be there.
Enjoy that. You may be looking at the repeat champion right there, Cosell.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited about it.
Thank you, Cosell. Good
See you,
stuff, man.
Cosell.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
He's the best. Yeah, Brian Thomas. It was interesting about Brian Thomas coming out and talking to Detillier and some of the guys from LSU. He had the freedom to do more in the NFL than he did at LSU.
Yeah.
He was more of a straight line 9-route guy, to take the top off. But as Cosell likes to say, more of a 3-level guy in the NFL. Very, very good. 615-737-1045 if you want in. Yep, big hockey game coming up tonight. Team USA against Team Canada in Boston. That's going to be fun. You going to watch?
It's going to be fun. Yeah, I'm watching. I think. I may even be betting since I won my parlay last night.
Oh, Todd screwed us up yesterday by saying Team Canada.
No, I ain't listening to Todd. You screw me up.
More 3HL next, 104.5 The Zone. Well, tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry, 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. BrentwoodJewelry.com is the website. They've got anything you need jewelry-wise, and the Amamali family have been doing this a long, long time, and they are exceptional people, and you're going to enjoy having those guys in your life. Brentwood Jewelry here to help you pop the question. Let them help you take the stress out of selecting the perfect engagement ring. They can help you find a beautiful ring in your ideal budget. Browse their incredible selection of one-of-a-kind rings or talk with their custom design specialists to create a stunning ring as remarkable as your loved one. And they can help you find anything. If you haven't already heard, Nashville's premier timepiece dealer is Brentwood Jewelry. Not only do they have the best selection of watches, but they also are the go-to spot for pre-owned Rolexes, both vintage and current models. You can own a fine pre-owned Rolex for a fraction of the cost, and every watch has been meticulously serviced to ensure the highest level of performance and is presented with a 2-year warranty. Anything you need jewelry-wise, gifting responsibilities can be taken care of with Brentwood Jewelry. 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com. Three HL 1045 The Zone. They going to be brawling in this game like they were in the other one?
Nope.
I don't think so either. Like, why would you? This one's important. Like, Canadians are saying, don't come home if you don't win. Like, they're dead serious about tonight's game. Like, you cannot lose to Team USA.
We dead serious too. American, we ain't gotta be threatened to not come home. We're already home.
Listen, so part of the reason the fights broke out in the first one is because...
Also, I love anything you're about to say when you say listen.
Listen. Part of the reason the fights broke out in the first one is because the Canadians decided to boo during the national anthem. And this time it's in Boston.
So they can't boo.
So they can't boo, but you know who can?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the prop bets.
It's USA, right? That
USA during the Canadian anthem. There's a prop bet for that.
I would put money on that.
That they're gonna boo?
That the USA fans are gonna cheer during the Canadian national anthem because they booed during ours. So there's no way that USA fans are gonna let that slide when the Canadian national anthem plays in Boston. Yeah, no.
One of the props is we went through some of these yesterday. Will there be a fight in the first minute of the game tonight?
No.
I'm with Slay. Slay makes complete sense here.
Nope.
It means too much tonight.
Okay.
What will happen on game day? USA, USA, USA chants during Canadian anthem plus 300.
Absolutely. It's going to happen.
You can make some money on
I can
that.
see that happening.
Player bleeds from fight plus 600.
Yeah, that's the wildest thing.
When you're betting on a guy to bleed.
Like, what are we doing?
I love it.
Bleed, blood.
Oh, you love it.
I love it. I love that that's an actual prop bet. This is where we are.
Back in the day, you play the NHL game where you could make Wayne Gretzky's head bleed. That was amazing.
Really?
Yeah. That was a line, and that was a part of the movie Swingers, too, that y'all need to see.
I can't wait to see it.
There's a lot of political prop bets.
I just made. Go ahead.
Can you do like these weird prop bets on FanDuel?
No.
I don't think so.
No, that's just on DraftKings and stuff like that. What are you on? What were you doing that on?
FanDuel. Oh, that was Jimmy Shapiro, our guy from who I immediately thought of when he said he was going to the Boston Philly game.
Yeah, he should.
Jimmy Shapiro helps us with the Army-Navy game. He's also at Radio Row in the Super Bowl, and I've known that guy for 20 years.
Hold us down.
He's great, but he loves to get in, I started to say debates, but like he tries to make it an argument with you about NBA stuff.
It's always cool because he knows to go different routes, and he never will finish whatever we start with. He'll always veer off.
He's from Philly. He lives in Jersey. He lived forever in Seattle. He just married he got married, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she has 4 kids.
Yep.
But anyway.
Great ladies, huh?
Yeah. But the biggest brawl y'all had was in that little bar. I forget what town we were in. Maybe it was.
Was that Philly?
It might have been Philly.
It was because it was where
it was about Tobias Harris.
Yep, because it was the downstairs.
Oh, it was Tobias Harris.
It was about Tobias Harris. And he brought him up in New Orleans
again.
Yes, he did. And I thought he was going to go all in on that, but he didn't.
We ain't getting to spend enough time with Jimmy this time.
But I immediately thought of that when Greg Cosell said he was going to the Boston-Philly game.
Yeah, you're wrong.
615-737-1045 if you want in. Women's basketball tonight, number 18, Alabama at number 15, Tennessee. Lady Vols have won 4 of their last 5, including an 80-76 win over number 5 UConn, which is looking really good now.
Yep.
That UConn went to South Carolina and ended that, 71-game win streak?
71 games.
By 30. 30 burger on them.
Mm-hmm.
Bama's won 4 in a row as well, so they're hot. Matchup predictor gives the Lady Vols a 73.3% chance to win tonight. It starts at 5:30, actually.
Oh, you know what happened by that time?
What?
Peanut butter and jelly will be delivered.
Slay literally said during the break, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And he goes, I'm going to order one. I'm like, from where? And he said, the store. I'm like, okay.
Oh
my God.
Whoa.
Guess who I met today?
Who?
My dog.
Your dog?
Congratulations. Before we get to your dog, where did you get a peanut butter jelly sandwich from? Like you order bread and peanut butter and jelly and like a knife?
No, the Uncrustables.
Uncrustables.
You'll be here shortly.
Did you order a whole box?
Yes.
Oh,
I've never had an Uncrustable.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I've never had one.
This right here might change
That's
your whole
sacrilegious.
life. It'll mess your life up too.
Well, it messes me up because y'all say you got to put it in the freezer. And then I'm like, well,
No. It comes in the freezer. You put it in the refrigerator.
I mean, you can keep it in the freezer for a month. And
But if you want to make it last.
I don't like cold food.
Nah, this ain't just cold food, though, yo.
It's like a peanut butter and jelly pop, ice pop.
Like a pie. You could probably put it in the microwave.
You
like a honey
can.
bun.
Some people put it in a toaster.
I heard that was pretty good, actually.
All right, so who's your dog? Who'd you meet?
People told me that you should fry it.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, I think it was Crazy Man back there. Hey.
No. I said it, but Crazy Man told us how.
He went with you, yeah.
No, somebody's
You
told me.
dip it in pancake batter
That is
and throw it in the
correct.
fryer.
He knew how to do it.
Yeah.
T-Man 615 says USA, USA. Let's get some teeth flying.
Yeah, they ain't fighting.
Let's do it.
They ain't fighting tonight, y'all.
Who's your dog?
Yeah.
Oh,
your eyes were bugging out of your head
Dude.
when you realized whatever you just realized.
You've been asking me this for like the last month and a half, and I really want to go get his card because I forgot. I think his name is Cam.
Cam Ward.
No.
What are we talking
From
about?
Potbelly.
Oh!
The owner.
The owner, you finally saw him?
I finally
well,
met
good,
him.
because you go in there every freaking day now.
I told him that. I said,
I've been telling Slade. I was like, the owner of Potbelly in the Gulch loves 3HL. He's a big Tennessee fan.
He's always on the go.
And I ask you all that. I stopped asking you because you said he's not in there.
I never seen him.
And I'm like, my man is like, he's a business owner that will do any of the jobs in that building.
Yep, he sure will. He was actually doing one today.
Yeah.
Outside of the building. Delivering food. Like, I mean, on the go.
And I said, he will recognize you and he will know you and he will
stop
love
me
you.
immediately. We had a good conversation.
His name's
too.
not Cam, though. But now
I'm about, don't worry, I'm going to find out.
Now you put that in my head and I can't remember.
No, don't worry. I'm going to know it, you are, as soon as I go to the car.
You're just thinking Cam Ward. You can't get him out of your head.
I got his card.
How did you remember that? Oh, sandwich.
Yeah. Because I didn't, that's why I'm getting a peanut butter jelly sandwich, because I didn't, usually I go to Potbelly and I go to Juice Bar. Give me a juice and a Potbelly skinny sandwich. And I didn't today. Well, I went and got the juice, but then I was supposed to come back, swing back by and get my sandwich, but I never got an opportunity to.
So now you're going to have a uncrustable.
But he told me anytime, let me know, and I'll swing up on you, brother. Man, so great friend of the show, great human being. You know what? From my conversation with him, there's some good people out here. There is some good people out here.
I'm glad you're running into good people because you've had your share of crazy people.
That's kind of how this good people conversation started, because of the CJ, the chunky junkie.
Oh, now we're down to CJ.
CJ.
Where we are.
She's CJ a million K.
Yes. Needs a million K of days to do.
Vanderbilt plays at number 16 Oklahoma tonight. Vandy stopped a 3-game losing streak with the overtime win at Auburn. Sorry, Babs. Vandy superstar freshman Michaela Blake's coming off that 55-point game. Double nickel. Sooners have won 3 straight, 6 o'clock SEC Network Plus.
Oh, she's so good. She got a girl on her team, a young lady on her team, averaging 20 and 10.
That doesn't get talked about because Michaela Blake's there.
Like, this is nuts. That's crazy.
Coconuts. Lipscomb, 1 game behind North Alabama in the ASUN. The Bison host North Alabama tonight at Allen Arena at 7 o'clock. So if you want something to do, they're battling for first place tonight against North Alabama at 7 o'clock at Allen Arena. MTSU in third in Conference USA, just 1.5 games behind Jacksonville State. MTSU hosts Louisiana Tech tonight at 8 o'clock. If you're in the borough, Zeph, you can go watch some basketball. TSU is in fourth in the OVC, 2.5 games behind SEMO. TSU 8-2 in their last 10. They play at Tennessee Tech at 1 o'clock on Saturday. When we come back, I've got a list of... I didn't write down all of the unrestricted free agents because there's a lot of them, but it's the names that you'll want to hear, I think. And then restricted free agents, exclusive rights free agents, and how all that works. That's next, 3HL 1045 The Zone.
Holistic Stem Cell Therapy, KellumStemCellInstitute.com. I got to do a better job. I got to hit Dr. Kellum back because he reached out to me because he knew I put a word in, man, that I needed to come back in to get a little heat of the secret sauce. My shoulder was aggravating me, inflaming again. But, hey, this is the good thing about it. Once those little things come back, that inflammation tries to creep back in, you already got your situation ready. You got them stored for future and continue. Yes, that's your body's stem cells. Your body, your cells, your solution. It's already ready to roll. So I just got to go in there and set the date. Boom, hit me up. I'm back out, inflammation free. You can be the same. All you got to do is call 615-850-4415. That right there will get you set up with your consultation. And guess what, people? Inflammation free, just like your boy Big Slay. All you got to do is go sit down and talk to Dr. Kellum, ask him all the questions that you could possibly think of, and boom, it's done. KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
Good evening. It's 5:01. I'm Joseph Bonanno live from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. In NFL news just a few moments ago, 7-time All-Pro guard Zach Martin has informed the Cowboys that he plans to retire. One of the greatest linemen of his era and a probable Pro Football Hall of Famer, Martin walks away from the game of football at age 34. In NBA news today, former first overall pick and Spurs All-Star center Victor Wembanyama is expected to miss the remainder of the season with deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder. The team announced earlier today, Wembanyama was the favorite for the Defensive Player of the Year. Tonight, the Four Nations Face-Off Championship game features a rematch between USA and Team Canada. USA took Game 1 over Canada with a thrilling 3-1 win in the round robin, and now both teams find themselves facing off again for the title. Puck drop for the championship game at TD Garden in Boston is at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Also tonight, the 15th-ranked Lady Vols basketball team is back in action as they host number 18 Alabama. Tip-off is at 5:30 on the SEC Network. Plus, for your financial repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once, and your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Man, it's cold out there. We were just out on the Lanai. We actually went to Slay's truck to get the card. Our guy at Potbelly, his name is Chris.
Chris Maples, my guy, man.
He's awesome.
Chris, Cam, close.
Yeah, I was right there in the C area.
You were there.
Mm-hmm.
See, I had the C and the M from Chris Maples and just didn't. I don't know where that little A got added in there, but it's Chris.
He's one of those guys that he will not ask you to do anything that he's not willing to do. Like if you stand in there in line and watch kind of how that operation goes, he'll jump in and do anything over there.
I'm telling y'all right now, they stole me away. I would never even blink at a Subway again. Or any other little sandwich place. Like, the way, and it's like you ain't in there like, yeah, can you go on and give me such. No, it's what you need. Boom. Oh, what you want? Bread. Boom. What kind of cheese? Boom. Okay, bye.
Well, and then you get to know their lingo. And
man,
you're like, no blue, no red.
Yeah, you ready to roll.
Yeah.
Man, that mother come on up out of there, man. I'm hooked on the meatball and the chicken bacon. Is it chicken bacon?
Chicken club.
Chicken club bacon milk.
That's a lot.
Okay.
Chicken milk.
Chicken club melt with bacon? I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's so good. Oh, I done tried 4 sandwiches. I got 2 more to go. That's just the hot one.
Their salads are really good.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that. Mm-hmm. Well, here we go. I'm going down that road.
Yep. Unrestricted free agent. Oh, by the way, Babs, hey, how are you?
What up, Babs?
What up? I'm here.
What up? I'm here. I'm right here right now.
Your breakdown earlier of why not to trade back and instead take Cam Ward with number 1 was, whether you agree with Babs or not, that was an incredible breakdown.
That's Babs at her best.
Of why you would do that.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I even raised my hand to do it.
You did. That's what I was proud of.
No, I felt like a teacher.
Like
I had to call on you.
You
Babs in the front row.
with the hat.
Would you be in the front row in a class?
Hell no. I'd be in the back row, but I would get an A.
Oh, that's a good place to be.
Mm-hmm. Because I would stay up all night the night before a test and cram and nail it.
I hated doing that, but gosh, sometimes you had to.
Diet Dr. Peppers and caramellos, stay up all night,
So
nail it.
I'm a little bit older than y'all, and so they used to have, what did they, Jolt Cola.
Yeah.
Jolt.
Twice the sugar and all the caffeine.
So
like that was their pitch. Twice the sugar and all the caffeine. I think that's what it was.
That is what it was. And we had in elementary school, not to show our age difference, Mayor, some kids got in trouble, got in school suspension and in trouble for drinking like 3 of those behind the scenes during a day.
That'll load you up, bro.
Yep. It was like the
Jolt Cola.
It was the big thing.
You can't even sit there.
Did you see so and so drank Jolt and got caught?
Wow, Jolt Cola. That would be a heart doing a handstand, probably.
Oh, my gosh. There's no way I would put that in my body right now.
Jolt.
Ever.
You want a Jolt?
Is it
Drink
still
Jolt.
around?
No,
It says JoltCola.com, America's original energy drink.
There you go. That's exactly what it was.
Wow.
It's basically like Red Bull back then.
I'm trying to think, what was the name of it? It was a green one that I think it started with an S. Coming in a green can. Not Spark.
Oh yeah, Spark. No,
It wasn't Spark. It was a weird name. Golly. Oh, come on, Slay. Old school sodas is what I gotta look up. Old school pops. What do y'all I was gonna say your ancestors.
Old school pops might be interesting.
I was gonna say what do your ancestors?
Oh, here it is. Jolt Cola's 1980s slogan. I was drinking it in the 90s. All the sugar, twice the caffeine. So I had that backwards. All the sugar, twice the caffeine.
oh, what a
Surge!
Surge. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, Zeph.
That was the other one.
Zeph didn't say it on the air.
Oh, come on, Zeph.
I said it in your ear.
Yeah, say it to the people.
Well, I didn't know if I was right or not.
Oh, you're right. That's exactly man. Let me see if I can find an old
It's
school
a
Surge.
green can, and it's got like red in the middle of it, like an explosion.
I've had Surge.
And
before.
then a black and black with green outline. Just
That may
Surge.
still be around, Zeph. eBay 12-pack, $800.
I don't think it's around then. I also would probably drink it if you're buying it off eBay.
Oh my god!
Back to Jolt Cola. Jolt Cola was marketed as having twice the caffeine of Coke and Pepsi. Twice the caffeine.
That's nuts.
And then 70 milligrams of caffeine. All the sugar. They don't say how much sugar. Anyway, unrestricted free agents. Unrestricted free agents for the Titans.
Yes.
Give me a Surge.
Oh, Slay's here. Did we do that?
I'm in the building. Looking for potbellies. Tomorrow. Savage hit me, Surge. This is one of Savage. Savage went lurking for these drinks, I think.
Savage coming up here in about 10 minutes.
Man, I'm telling you, Savage liked them Surges.
Did he?
Yep. Savage to go get a Surge.
Also, Potbelly not from here. They're from like Pittsburgh or something.
Oh, don't that all tie in together?
I think they're from
Potbelly and
Pittsburgh.
Savages? And Tennessee?
Yeah.
That's all in one thing.
Potbelly and Savages.
That's tie in. The Potbelly restaurant. You got a Savage. He went to Pittsburgh. Buddy went to Tennessee.
I could be wrong about that.
And the owner, you said, where he from? Where's Chris from?
I don't know.
He from
Maybe from here.
Oh,
He's a big Tennessee guy.
Yeah, so we're going to Tennessee. That's all tied in right there for the 5:20 hour. 5 o'clock hour in the 20th second. Yeah.
I've got to find out. Oh, no, dude. Potbelly Sandwich Works began in 1977.
Where?
In Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, we got the real one down here, though.
It was an antique store, but the owner started selling sandwiches to customers to increase sales.
What the heck? Well, it would have worked with me. I would have got a rocking chair.
A rocking chair and a sandwich.
Put me right on the porch.
Yeah. Give me a grandfather clock and a chicken club.
Uh-oh, y'all.
Free agents.
Unrestricted free agents. You ready? Are you dealing with your Crucible thing?
It's almost here.
Unrestricted free agents. Linebacker Jerome Baker. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we cool on wrong.
Wide receiver Tyler Boyd. 39 receptions, 390 yards.
Something didn't go right with that.
Probably bye-bye.
Yep, I would say.
Do y'all think though, if he go get the quarterback that he won't, you won't give Tyler Boyd another chance?
Maybe you could get something from him.
I do, but I wonder if he's jaded, checked out. I mean,
Also,
he did nothing.
You need depth at. They don't have depth at that.
Boy, they don't
right.
have very much in the wide receiver room. That's definitely true.
No.
True.
Center guard Daniel Brunskill. Valuable rotational guy. Defensive end Sebastian Joseph Day. Now, these are guys that can go get other deals from other teams, and the Titans can't do anything about it.
Probably go get some other deals.
In some situations. Or they can try to negotiate with them now. Long snapper Morgan Cox. Don't see him moving. Defensive lineman Marlon Davidson.
He did solid.
Yeah.
I
Rotational guy.
Yeah.
Try and keep him.
Mm-hmm.
Safety Quandre Diggs.
Yeah, I was fine with him.
Mm-hmm.
He played well until he got hurt.
Yeah.
He's also Cam Ward's cousin, I believe.
So,
Sorry, I was just trying to convince Slay to keep.
no, it's like
I'm cool with that.
it's funny to compare the things you read and compare the things I read. Like we both like together have the most random crap.
But it all fits.
It all fits. Yeah. Kicker Nick Folk.
Are you sure?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, because he tweets about him all the time, and all the Titans fans are like, "Oh my gosh!" And
Yeah.
he's like, "Guys,
And
we're his cousins."
Quentin Jammer as well.
From Texas.
That's why he's so good at a quarterback. He can see what the corners and safeties going to do.
Grew up with his cousins.
Okay. Well,
That's right.
you didn't even believe what you said.
No, I didn't.
Kicker
I would
Nick
keep
Folk.
Quandre. I would try and keep Quandre.
I would too. Kicker Nick Folk only missed one field goal all season. He said he wants to play again.
Let's go.
Well, bring him on.
Roll
Sign
it
him up.
back. Roll it back. Linebacker Luke Gifford.
Yeah, look, we probably got to get some spots.
What was his injury? Didn't he have an injury?
I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
They'll just get younger.
Honestly.
I'm sorry. That was
Sorry,
said.
Luke.
It could have been a rolled ankle.
That wasn't very nice of me.
Who knows? Who knows?
It doesn't matter. Of course, it matters, Luke. I'm sorry, man. I mean, whether you had an ingrown toenail or a pulled hamstring. I mean,
I get some things done. That's all.
I guess it
Okay.
matters. Center guard Corey Levin, another rotational guy.
I mean, you can get him stupid cheap, right?
I would think.
Yep.
Quarterback Mason Rudolph. He gone.
Nope. Gone.
Offensive guard Dylan Radens.
He'll be here.
Yeah, keep him.
I would keep him. Tight end Nick Vanette.
I'm sorry, can't. My eyes are stuck in the back of my head.
No more tight ends.
Can't unroll them.
Did your mom ever say that to you?
Yes.
Your eyes are
all
going
the
to get
time.
stuck that way?
All the time. I broke that out for baby Babs last week. Where did you learn that?
I wonder. I don't see Travis over there rolling his eyes all the
Get it
time.
honest.
Yeah,
I see you every day do it to me. Like
every day.
a lot. Tight end Nick Vanette.
Nah.
Wide receiver Nick Westbrook-Akine.
I love him.
You were waiting for me to get to that.
Yeah.
He'll be here.
All right, restricted free agents.
I hope he'll be here, but I think somebody's going to overpay him.
He got to take the bag.
I bet.
Don't you think somebody's going to overpay him?
Yes, but I also think he'll sign the deal before it gets to that.
Okay.
I think he'll stay. That's a guess.
I like that.
I haven't talked to anybody about that, but
Okay.
we'll see. All right, restricted free agents. So restricted free agent, the player can negotiate with other teams, but his team can match the offer. Okay?
Okay.
At least 3 accrued seasons. You have to have that. Restricted free agents, there are 3 of them. Chance Campbell, linebacker. Remember from Ole Miss?
Yeah, I remember him.
I remember him.
He actually played a lot.
Yeah, he did. Like,
He had
yeah,
to.
I mean, yeah, we
I just like how you put it while you were yawning.
like, no,
It's
we,
like,
Like we're in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
yeah, yeah, we got him.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Special teams guy.
Torn ACL.
Chance Campbell.
That's what his injury was.
Chance
How
Campbell.
late-
towards the end of the
how
season,
late was
too,
it?
It was
Yeah.
it was in August.
Oh, we'll
I
be
So
back.
yeah.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Don't worry about
Chance, we got
Nobody
you.
else is going to sign him.
Chance, we got you, bro. I love how we break this stuff down. I almost said the S word. We break this stuff down differently than anybody. Running back Julius Chestnut.
it. Yeah, we'll find somebody.
Yeah.
Draft is loaded with running backs.
You'll find somebody like you don't need him.
Yeah,
Okay.
All good.
Yep.
Punter Ryan Stonehouse.
Yes.
absolutely.
Have to.
My man actually needs to kick it shorter and higher.
Yeah, he got it. He had to have a year from having.
He's got the best special
leg
teams coordinator with him now. So
decapitated.
He does.
Yeah, he'll be.
His leg was
Seriously, does that? I
decapitated.
mean,
Like,
that
that has
has to
something to do
play
with
in
it.
their heads too, right?
yeah.
You got a new special teams guru.
All right. Exclusive rights free agents.
Bones.
You have to have 2 accrued seasons. To keep him, you just have to extend a qualifying offer, and he will be unable to negotiate with other teams, and you will pay him a 1-year league minimum. That's a tough place to be.
It is. That's rough.
Here are the exclusive rights free agents. So the Titans, all they have to do is extend a 1-year offer at the league minimum for that player. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Cornerback Daryl Baker.
Yes. He played well.
I like him. Safety Mike Brown. He ended up playing quite a bit, too.
Yeah,
He kind of need it.
Defensive lineman.
You're talking about depth here at this point.
Oh, for sure. Defensive lineman Keandre Coburn.
Yes.
Linebacker Jack Gibbons. Dr. Gibby.
I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer for
Gotta-
Dr.
you
Gibby,
gotta keep him.
right?
Have to.
Gotta keep him.
No choice.
Yeah.
He's almost like Mr. Titan. Man, I mean, when he got benched and then put back out there, my man exploded. Slay's going to get his peanut butter jelly sandwich.
He's not right.
Who, Dr. Gibby or Slay?
Both.
Defensive end T.K. McClendon. Here's another one. I would keep him. Here's another one I'll keep. Linebacker Otis Reese.
Yes. Absolutely.
And offensive guard Andrew Repchich. Another rotational guy.
I mean,
But you don't have to pay him much.
Yeah.
I know.
But the roster.
You're talking about depth, right? At this point, you're talking about practice guys.
We're talking about
Or you're
practice.
hoping you're
guys.
talking about practice guys.
But you need depth. We all know. Injuries everywhere.
That's that entire list is not very sexy.
It's the non-sexy list.
That is the non-sexy list.
It just kind of shows you what kind of roster the Titans were dealing with last
That's
year.
exactly what it is.
And it's not the front face roster, it's the meat and bones of the roster.
Right. Which you have to have.
Coming up next, Big Savagery, Ramone Foster, 3HL 1045 The Zone. Yep. 3HL 104.5, the Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay with you. Producer, executive producer of 3HL SF.
What's up?
You know what this song means.
Big Savage, Ramone Foster joins us now. Savagery, what's up? Hey,
Not much, man. Y'all took me back speaking about the Surge thing. So they did re-release that drink in 2014. And I did get like a case or like a 6-pack or something like that at the time. And then I realized there's like 70 grams of sugar in it. And a professional athlete should not be like drinking those while he's still trying to continue his career. So, yeah, I dabbled in Surge, man. Everybody did. If you're a 90s baby, if you're a millennial, and you used to go to the movie gallery or to Blockbuster, and then to Pizza Hut, and then to get some free popcorn in the movie store, then yeah, you definitely drank some Surge too.
Savage, no, I told y'all Savage to go dabble now. I know my dog.
Yeah. Nardo loved it though. Our brother does.
That's who it was. I knew it. I'm telling you, I knew it.
Because here's the thing, Nardo was working at the time, so anytime like we would go to, we had movie gallery. We didn't really have a Blockbuster. It was video show and movie gallery was the places we went to.
Yeah.
And Nardo could get his own surgeons and stuff. He was working at Walmart making all that cash. They wouldn't hire me though. I guess they thought I was gonna steal or something. I don't know.
Yeah, stealing boxes.
Somehow they're stealing boxes. I've never been a thief like the Chunky Junkie though.
Man, say that damn.
They had a movie gallery in Melrose, I remember, and there was a Blockbuster in Green Hills.
Yeah, I never had the Blockbuster. I've been to one, but never in it like that. Ours mayor was the movie gallery.
Yep.
Though. God, what an era.
I mean, same type thing. Yeah, Surge was good. Jolt Cola, I was talking about earlier, I just looked it up, 50 grams of added sugar.
Wow.
Anything included added? Yeah, it's a problem.
It's bad.
Yeah, insulin shot. Insulin shot is added. Yeah, that's what's added.
So is, Rick.
Savage, good timing for you to be on today. Zach Martin, first-round pick of the Dallas Cowboys out of Notre Dame, pick number 16, retired today. 7-time first-team All-Pro. I've never heard of that many for a player. I'm going to look it up. That's got to be close to the most. But he played 11 seasons in Dallas, and Zeph pulled this, 6,659 snaps. Is that what it is?
Pass protection snaps.
Pass protection snaps. Zero accepted holding calls, Savage. Zero in 11 seasons.
He was an assassin, man. One of the best to play guard, man. Honestly, in our era, he was one of those guys, man, that helped raise the bar as far as the position of playing guard was, too, man. And again, that's when the emphasis on like Zeke and the running game and this running back, like the last big running back era we had when Derek was at the beginning of his too. Like that offensive line right there, I felt like set a standard for what teams wanted. I thought it brought more eyes to it. And I'll be honest, I'm gonna toot our horn a little bit too. In Pittsburgh, we were running that same race with them to be considered one of the best, and he was one of the main anchors of that. Him and Tyron Smith, man, like you won't find a better pairing than those two. If Zach, listen to me, if Zach has 7 first-team All-Pros, the one that really matters, the first-team All-Pros, then he's definitely a walking gold jacket. He's a first ballot guy. If he doesn't, man, there needs to be put more respect and honor on interior offensive linemen, not just the tackles, not just the guys that you see from time to time. Like, no, the interior offensive linemen deserve a whole lot of more credit. And the Hall of Fame need to get that one right, man. I'm not sure if my guy, Marquise Pouncey, who's an interior offensive lineman, is going to be in that conversation as the first ballot guy, too. But they don't know how to judge the guys that play up the middle. But for Zach to be in that position to retire at 34, man, do it his way, man, hats off to him, man, because he definitely helped raise the floor for big guys up the middle like that. Nobody really paid attention to it.
The most ever first-team All-Pros, Jerry Rice and Jim Otto with 10. There are only 13 players in the history of the league that have more first-team All-Pros than Zach Martin. That is crazy. Wow. And we were reading about that draft. Dallas wanted Mansell and didn't get him. And then they wanted Ryan Shazier, who went to Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. And so then they took Zach Martin with pick number 16, a first-ballot Hall of Famer at pick 16.
What a class, man. Goodness, man. But that also, I think, him being on that line enabled a guy like Dak Prescott to have a career, too, because Dak could stay young and be protected by those guys up front and not have to worry about much. And then on top of that, That's one of the things we speak about, like in the league. Like if you got a veteran offensive line that can bring along a young quarterback and somewhat allow him to grow up because they're able to move the line of scrimmage and control it in the pass protection, man, there's nothing better that you want. And again, I think after Zach and his crew, and I think Philly's in that conversation at the time. Not Cleveland. Baltimore was in that conversation. It was a group of offensive linemen around the league that just raised that floor of like, yeah, you need one of those. And now, as many eyes are on it, it's like being devalued or in like the high school levels and in college because of the style of offense that teams are playing to, where everything's so quick and you got to get the ball out in this airspace. I mean, it's a bunch of plays through the air. But what I hope you guys do realize what is happening is right now teams are getting back to the run game. And that's why I feel like teams that draft well and develop well and retain their offensive linemen, those are going to be the good ones. Look at Philly, right? Those are the teams that are going to be the good ones. And the same can go for Kansas City, too. They fell apart at the end, and Buffalo's another one of those teams. Like, they got good offensive linemen. Houston, another one. Like, I can name them off. Like, the ones that made it deep in the playoffs, they got really good offensive line.
Big Savagery, Ramone Foster joins us as he does every Thursday at 5:20. You can catch him every weekday morning on 104.5 The Zone, 6 to 10. Arcade Dub.
Okay, we were talking Big Savage. We were talking about offensive linemen. We were kind of going through what the Titans have. We were going through free agents, unrestricted free agents, all of that. Dylan Radins came up.
I heard you.
Okay.
I heard your eyes.
Did you just hear my eyes roll again?
I did. They went. Yeah, they went.
Okay, this is what I need to know. And I'm sure you've heard me say numerous times. I mean, Ramone Foster says he's good, likes him, whatever. I don't know, but I defer to you because, you played the position for a long time. So why are you okay with Dylan Radins?
It ain't that I'm okay with him. It's just the fact that Dylan Radins continues to show up, Bab. Like, that's the thing about the thing that you want from your offensive linemen. They continue to show up. So if they continue to show up, they will continue to get better if they have the right attitude. I've seen Dylan, like, he's not a small guy, so it's not like he's going to get pumped. I do look at his situation different than a lot of other guys that come from big-time schools where Dylan has to, I think, adjust to playing big-time ball. And I feel like he's done that with what he's been asked to do. This year he had an opportunity of starting at right guard, man, and really, like, solidifying himself in that, I felt like. So with another year, my expectation for him is to grow even more. And the other thing is this, too. Not every team is going to have a team full of studs. Like, not everybody's going to make Pro Bowls. What you need from your team is this. You need consistency. And that's one thing I will say. I will not knock a player ever. If I know what I'm going to get, play in and play out from you, then I can work with you. I can help make you better. That means that you are not showing your deficiencies as much as others are, because if you're really good, then really bad. Really good, then really bad, then I can't work with that. I don't know what to fix. And I feel like Dylan Radins has gotten to that point to where if you watch his tape, you know what to fix. You know what his deficiencies are. So if you're a smart offensive coordinator and offensive line coach, you keep him out of those positions. Like, one of my weaknesses was I wasn't the best puller. So you know what my strength was? I was the best front side blocker to allow David DeCastro to pull around the edge. And I knew my role, and David knew his role. If I was pulling and I had to count on DeCastro to hold up the front side for me, I would get knocked off my block because he wasn't good at it. And that's okay. And David was still a Pro Bowl, all-pro guy. Like, play to guys' strengths. And I feel like that's what Radins has gotten this year, is playing to his strengths simply because he can be in one spot. Like, we giving Will Levis all these excuses about, hey, he's had 4 different coordinators. Well, damn it, Radins has had 2 different head coaches, 2 different offensive line coaches, and a dysfunctional room. He's made the best of any opportunity of anybody in that room that's been here for a while. Dylan Radins should be a Tennessee Titan, in my opinion, and they'd almost be foolish to not stick and keep him because, one, you get the hometown discount somewhat, but you also get a guy that understands and can carry out Bill Callahan's offensive line wants and needs also. So, Babs, I never met a Pro Bowl. And it took a while before people realized, oh, crap, Ramone is actually good as hell. We need to keep him. That happens. Like, you ask, and Savage has been around some of my peers, man, and be like, man, dog, you was a dude in Pittsburgh, man. I never got the accolades for it, and we as fans follow the accolades, but there's a crap ton of guys that are damn good in this league that don't get the praise because you have people create narratives that this guy sucks because he doesn't make a Pro Bowl or because he comes from a small school or because he's in a spot to where, oh, he had 1 or 2 bad plays. Well, doggone it, he had 68 good ones. 2 bad ones over 4 games, I'll live that life because consistently he shows up and ring the bell every single day. Everybody on that offensive line ain't going to be a stud. And I'm going to just say this, too. Peter Skoronski might not be a Pro Bowler, but he might be a 10-year vet that gives you solid play. And you know what? That's still a very successful offensive lineman. Again, we know the narratives that are painted in this league. If you got a name or a first-round tag behind you, you probably going to get a whole lot more praise. And you also got to be on winning teams to get that stuff, too. So, yes, I'm in the Dylan Radins fan camp on this one. I think he's a damn good offensive lineman.
Radins also unrestricted free agent, so they would need to work on that now. But my guess, and I want to get your take on this part, having Bill Callahan as his offensive line coach and having him for a second year, I would think would be an attractive thing for an offensive lineman.
It would be, and here's that 100% Mayor. But I will say this though, it does come down to dollar and cents. Though,
yeah. Always follow the money.
Always follow the money for ratings, okay? But it just makes sense, though. And, again, I'm not sure what Borgonzi or Brinker won or if Coach Brian Callahan was satisfied with the play that he said he provided them last year, too. But in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think Dylan Radins has at least earned himself. This is the other thing, too. We, as a crew and the station, have been talking about, man, the salary cap has gone up by $22+ million. A $5 million deal per year for Dylan Radins may be the new $2 million deal, okay? So let's condition our mind to say, man, we're paying him $5 or $6 million. Well, guess what? That's still a value considering how high the cap is also. And there's also a part of it to where if he does have another team, then you're going to have to probably pay maybe close to $7 million a year. That's still good. Think about it. The best of the best, Trey Smith, is about to get over $20 million. If you get Dylan Radins, who's a solid starter for you for $6 to $8, maybe $9 million, you still won.
What do you think the chances are that Trey Smith ends up here?
Man,
that was a loaded question, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, because I know more than I should, man. It could be good, is what I would tell you.
Okay. Because I've seen the Bears in the mix, maybe.
Before. Yeah, for sure. But here's what I would tell you, too. Trey's a Tennessean through and through. If they want to make it happen, it might depend upon the quarterback. It might depend upon, his outlook on the team. But here's what I know. If they come correct, this ain't what I know. This is what I would say for guys in his situation.
Yeah.
Trey's got 2 rings.
Yeah.
The rings is huge. If he can chase the bag and go to a team in his home state that's a tax-free state or no income state, tax state, and still compete and be a part of something that he can help rebuild, it might be something advantageous for him. You got to think again. He's going to a spot in Chicago where pressure's high, all right? And then he's also dealing with a young quarterback, too. So it comes down to balancing how he views what the front office probably is doing here in Nashville and what the Bears are doing. Heck, far as we know, the Patriots could be in on the guy like Trey, too. You see what I'm saying? So it really does, come correct, and they might have a shot at him. Because after the rings, what more do you want other than solidifying your legacy? He just made his first Pro Bowl. So from here on out, Trey Smith is the name that you will associate with Pro Bowl, and he'll probably get picked again. Next one is the All-Pro for him. But you get those types of things, too, when you're on a winning team. That's the one knock that the Titans got is the uncertainty of the quarterback, coach, if we can be quite honest, and just the direction. So I wouldn't be opposed to seeing them here, but it's probably going to take a heavy bag for sure.
Yeah.
No question. Savage, when you look at the overall play of the line and where you sit now, are you in a much better situation walking into this offseason than you were last offseason after the draft? To
be quite honest with you, Savage, I think it's worse.
Really?
Yeah. because, again, we saw JC wane away towards the end of the season. Peter had a good year, but still has his ups and downs there. You got to figure out, is Cushenberry, Lloyd Cushenberry, going to be ready with the Achilles? And then you got a whole right side. I will say this, though. If you bring in Trey on the right side, or any good quality starter that's got experience and leadership, I'd feel better then. A lot depends upon that right guard spot more than the right tackle spot, because whoever's at the right guard might have to have a backup type of center if Lloyd Cushenberry isn't there. So I need the interior fix more than I do that right tackle spot. Like, the right tackle spot ain't a throwaway position to me for this team. It's just that if you get the interior, if you got right guard to left tackle together, you're in a way better situation. But right now, I think they're worse off than they were at the end of the season. Because, I don't think Jalen Duncan's going to be back next year.
Right.
If they don't sign back Dylan Radins, then are you going after Trey? Or if you get Trey, if you don't sign Trey, I feel okay with Dylan being there too. So a lot goes into it. A lot goes into how I feel about this offensive line with what they do at right guard.
So it's fair. It's certainly fair to say that they're going to be in a better position next year, right?
Either through experience with Radins or through quality with Trey.
Okay. Got it.
It's just my humble opinion. If those are my two options and you got one or the other, yeah, I would feel better about them.
Well, it's just, a lot of our people call in, or people are Titans fans are like, oh, well, what quarterback is going to succeed here because they're going to be on their back? And I'm like, okay, it's not going to be the same offensive line as last year, right? Like, no. It's going to look different.
It is, and I would hope also Coach Brian Callahan and his play calling learns a system that is better suited for him too, because I know you guys have talked about it. I don't think he thought the season was going to go the way it did. And I think that's flagrant also. And it started off the first 2 weeks of the game. Like I was talking this morning about the Easton Freeze interview that he did with Coach Callahan. And he revealed a lot about Levis, about how Levis, doesn't scan the field as well. And he has to have his routes and progressions. And one thing that I kept noticing that kept popping up in Coach Brian Callahan's conversation was he kept mentioning the first two games of the season. And if you think about those two games, like camp is camp, and there was optimism and hope going into the season because you thought Levis was going to have it together. So when you have Levis on his knees throwing a flip six, okay. One time, cool. You lost it. You lost the first home opener. You lost the opener to a rookie. And more times than not, coaches are very confident in, beating rookies, especially in week one, right? Yeah. So you let that one slip away. And then you come home to the home opener against the Jets, and you had a real strong chance to beat them too, and it's the home opener. Listen to that conversation. I think that threw Coach Callahan off. And if you're asking me why, it's because I think he sold out big time for his quarterback, and his quarterback let him down. I don't think he envisioned Will Levis being that bad in those two games.
He said as much in that interview that Easton Freeze did that was so good. Yeah, oh yeah, he gave you every reason as to why the disconnect happened and why that they will not move forward with Will Levis as their quarterback. Mm-hmm.
It was almost shocking to hear him say that. It was so good. Loud.
It was so good. What? And y'all can go find it, A to Z Sports. It's on their site. Always enjoy it. Ramone Foster with us every Thursday. Ricky says on YouTube, Ramone brings the fire as a guest.
I just like football.
So do we, Savage. And your brother, by the way, ordered peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's what happened today.
I've been hearing about this Potbelly place.
No, I'm gonna take you down there, Savage. Don't worry about that. We can go tomorrow. But this right here, this is a little cool little Uncrustable. Right here.
Okay. Well, man, I had to get you some from Sam's then.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in the fridge.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Yeah, lots of comments there. You can catch Ramone weekday mornings with Kayla and Will. Ramone, Kayla, and Will.
My dog.
Ramone and the other guys. Is that what?
Or as the commercial is saying from Pat McAfee's show, man, Ramone, and a few others. I cannot believe Pat McAfee said that. Dog. That's crazy.
Did you get on him?
Nah, I ain't get on him. I hit up my guy, AQ Shipley, who works with him, too. I told him, man, we appreciate the shout-out.
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean, any pub's good pub, right?
Any press, good press, right there.
That's right.
Any press, good press, baby.
We talk about Barnum and Bailey Circus. P.T. Barnum, his famous quote is, just spell my name right.
That's all
I don't care what the story is, just spell my name right.
Yo, I swear, I done been called Raymond, Raymond. Yeah, he said Ramone, okay? I'm good with that.
Yeah. I mean, my last name's Doherty, for crying out loud. All right, thanks, Ramone. Good stuff, brother.
No doubt, man. I'll holler at y'all.
Love you, bro. All right, there he is, Ramone, Kayla, and Will. And you can catch them 6 to 10 weekday mornings on 104.5 The Zone. All right, more 3HL next. Sleigh Dogs into the Uncrustables. There's several laying over there.
So good.
They're gone.
We'll be right back. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. How are those Uncrustables doing for
They
you?
are phenomenal. 2 down, 2 more to go.
2 down, 2 to go.
I let these unthaw regular. Oh, they already ready. You want one?
No. But thank you.
Want to try one?
Not really.
It's phenomenal, dude.
I don't
what you're
know if
missing.
you need to eat more than 2 in one sitting.
Oh,
Slay.
no, I need to eat all of them. That's a 20 box.
Right. So, he's only eating 20% of them.
Yeah, Babsy.
Okay.
Come on, Babsy.
Alabama
Text us later. Let us
leading.
know how you're feeling.
Alabama, he'll have dinner too.
Oh, absolutely.
What are the dinner plans, you think?
I ain't got a clue. Let's kind of go with the flow.
What about you, Babs? Mexican night?
It's a good question.
Hey,
It's a dance
nachos
night,
last
so
Oh,
makes it later.
You're going dancing?
No, I'm sorry.
Mama's going
It's
dancing.
a toddler dance night.
Oh.
Mama goes dancing.
Yeah, she can dance. She dances up.
I know. I don't know where she got it. Not me. Not from me.
Definitely not Travis.
Go, baby Babs.
I don't think it's Travis either.
No.
I don't think me or Travis have rhythm.
That's a shame.
It is a shame. Now, that doesn't mean we won't be out on the dance
no,
floor all night.
Some things skip generations, though.
This is true.
Well, my mother did dance on Broadway.
Right. So there you go. They used to say that about me with music, like with piano and trumpet. Like my grandmother could sit down and play anything you asked her to play and not even read it or have heard it really more than a couple times. And I had a little bit of that, not to that level.
You just didn't like it, though.
I didn't like it. I can hear something and play it on the piano and not right that second. It'll take me a minute to get it, but like 5 minutes.
Oh, I can't do any of that. I can't even. I mean, I can barely sing on cue.
Right, but my mother had no music ability at all. So they always said that skipped the generation.
Yeah. Maybe that's where we are.
How good is Missouri, Slay? 15th in the country. They took down number 4 Alabama last night, 110 to 98. Most points Missouri has ever scored in an SEC game. First conference road loss for the Tide. The 98 points scored by Alabama are the most points scored by the Tide in a regulation loss since 1979.
That's tough.
The 110 scored by Missouri are the most points they have scored against a top 5 team in program history. Mark Mitchell with 31. He was 11 of 15 from the floor. Caleb Grill off the bench, 25. He had a huge 3 contested late shot clock
and
thing.
10 rebounds.
And 10 rebounds. Missouri shot 60.3% from the floor. Mizzou has 5 games left, only 1 against a ranked team. So they can pile some wins.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they can go get that number 2 or 3 seed in this NCAA tournament.
Last game of the year at home against Kentucky is the last ranked.
Is that surprising to you from what you expected beginning of this season?
You know what, Babs? I got to say no because I understand who Dennis Gates is, and I knew talking to him in the preseason.
They were picked 13th.
Yeah.
At that little event you went to called SEC
Vanderbilt was
Media
last.
Day.
So, I mean,
right.
But you know what his type of player is. Like, talking to his assistant coach, CY, he always says, man, we got to go find us some silverbacks. Like, we need some real live gorillas, some dogs out here.
Silverbacks.
Yeah, it was like, so that's what, and you know, so if they're looking for that type of player, you know at some point with his method, it's going to click. They had a down year, a lot of injuries. They didn't play. He didn't play up to any of that. Caleb Greer was on that roster last year. He just was hurt. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of people that were injured on there.
You kept saying last year, this has nothing to do with this.
Yeah. Like, this ain't them. Like, they're going to be fine. And this is what you see. That first year, what you saw, that last year was a mulligan. And this year, this is who Missouri is. This is the family tree that he comes off of when you look at Leonard Hamilton's, and he'll continue to go on.
When you were out Tuesday, I looked at the SEC tournament bracket, like just the bracket, and I got so happy. I brought it up to Babs. I'm like, Wednesday has 4 games.
It's going to be crazy.
4.
I heard you talking about it on Buck's show today.
That's what I was going to say.
That they've got Jay Billis calling a
The first 2
Wednesday
games.
game.
Him and Dan Schumann calling
SEC
the first
tourney.
2 games on Wednesday.
What?
That lets you know.
That lets you know.
I mean, Wednesday. Like, normally people are like, we're not even going Wednesday.
Yeah,
Forget it.
Like Wednesday?
Nope.
Yeah.
Well, I love that we
This
get
league, man.
It's gonna be crazy.
This
that we
league.
get to talk about Missouri basketball for the Missouri fans in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back at it tomorrow. Friday is here, y'all.
Yeah.
It's here.
We appreciate
that,
We
y'all?
have made it.
We appreciate you guys including us in your day. We do not take that for granted. We do not take that lightly. Have a great night. Stay warm. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be unless you were getting a shout out and a sandwich from Potbelly. Shout out Chris Maples.
So good. So good.